Hello, everyone. Before we get started on this week's episode, just a quick word that YouTube, in all its infinite wisdom, has decided that some of the Die Party games are now not suitable for advertising. It doesn't mean a whole lot for the content. I'm not going to censor the videos in any way, but if you'd like to lend your support so that Die Party can continue to grow, please check out the Patreon or subscribe on the Twitch channel. Enjoy the episode. Why, hello there, lost sea souls, salty men and waymans. Welcome back to another fantastic episode of Die Party Deadman's Crest, your weekly, count 'em, weekly role-playing, Savage World pirate-themed role-playing experience right here.
They happen during weeks. That makes them weekly.
It happens during a week. Also, is this like episode 7? Maybe we could say it has taken a week. It's like 6 or 7.
You know, you're the first one to jump my bones when I say it's finally legal when we hit like 18 episodes. So I'm not gonna say that's okay. I'm not gonna say that's okay. But we're back. We are making our way, walking fast. Take this pass, and we're home. I'm sorry.
Making our way downtown.
Exactly. There you go. So before we get started, I just want to say we need to talk about Kingdom Come Deliverance. I don't know if.
Oh, please, can we not? Can I give you any amount of bennies to not talk about that horrible game?
It's
I
not.
won't talk about it.
It's not horrible. Why do you? This is important to me. Why do you think it's horrible?
Okay, Dave. On your advice, I started it up off of your library. Dave shares his library with me as recompense for my GMing services. I'm very thankful. I have spent
recompense, but anyway.
I have spent 4 hours playing that game, 3 of which it took to get out of the starting city, because every single trigger was completely bugged. I got dead-ended multiple times. Had to reload. It doesn't give you saves in the beginning, so I would complete a step of the quest and it would bug out, and I would have to go all the way back to the start of the game. And then I stuck with it for 3 hours to get out of the starting city. And now an hour later, I still haven't been able to take any sort of action because it has railroaded me through a bunch of cutscenes and people yelling at me. And like, you know, stuff. And so I'm 4 hours into this game. I haven't played it at all.
Okay.
So obviously I have a very bad opinion of it. And if I hadn't gotten it for free, I would have refunded it.
Well, I mean, it's
for that horrible opening.
It's kind of hard.
It's
It's kind of hard for you to sort of look at it like that because of the fact that it's intended, at least for the beginning, to be a railroad, and then it's kind of like it opens up like massively after that.
I'm sure it does. You know, like any. The point is, in particular, the fact that it took me 4 hours because of all of the breakdowns of the game. And it wasn't like my game was crashing, because that would be like a graphical error. It was that the actual triggers and quests were breaking.
I would say the intro takes about 4 hours, yeah.
So I understand where Wreckage is coming from. It was an incredibly ambitious game with a team that may have been a tiny bit too small to do all the QA that they should have done for a game that was as ambitious as it was. That being said, I really like it.
How far have you made it?
Not very far, because I have been working like a mother trucker and haven't actually gotten to play most of the things that I've wanted to play.
Mm-hmm.
I've been able to actually watch people play more than I've been able to play, and I've liked the things that I've seen.
Yeah, it's my experience with the game thus far has been like amazement in the fact that a small team with $5 million managed to literally make Morrowind Because that's basically what this game is. It's basically Morrowind.
But with real places that you could go actually visit.
I don't know about you, but I could. I could walk there tomorrow if I wanted to.
Let's not throw shade on my bank account, sir. If I wanted to, I could save up for a while and consider not eating for a couple months and totally go visit some of the
Isn't
places.
it supposed to be like highly historically accurate as well? They actually
It's
got, like,
I wouldn't
historians
say
and
it's
stuff.
historically accurate, but like at least the locales are, and they cut out a lot of like they stitched it together so it's smaller, right? But you know you could go see Talmberg Castle, like that's a place that you could go to. And
Eugene, if you actually want to go travel Europe, you could always do like backpacking and bed sharing, and all it would cost you is maybe ending up
Sleeping with Dave. Yeah.
or in a horror movie, like one of the Hostel type things.
Now, come on, traveling
I
as a
said sleeping with
backpacker
Dave.
is
I mean,
not.
I thought I covered that base.
Yeah, look, backpacking is not going to kill you. It really isn't, unless you get into a situation where they're just like, "Hey, man, give us your liver," and you're like, "No, thank you. I like my liver."
I'm kind of attached.
Kind of attached to that fucking thing. But it's Kingdom Come is so weird for me because I've never played a game that was so uncomfortably enjoyable to the point where it was like it didn't give a fuck about expectations about what people had. So part of that thing in the game is I've lost multiple hours to just be getting like surrounded and stabbed, like curb stomped, and having to go back an hour because that's where I last slept in a bed. I've never played a game before in my life where like you can like, because normally in like Skyrim or whatever, you just be like, well, I'm just gonna fucking try and break into this goddamn chest and see what's in there, right? I intentionally have not like, because the game you get caught by doing like you can get caught, right, by doing something stupid like breaking into a thing or stealing a cup or whatever from someone's plate, and then they're like, hey, that's illegal. And if you don't have the money to like pay them off, you go into prison. So my early parts of the game were very struggling in the fact that I had to try and arm myself and protect myself with armor without being caught by the law. And since there's no quick saves, you can't just like attempt a thing until you get it right. So you have to kind of look at a thing and be like, that's very tempting to take that. And I'm not sure if I'll get caught. Because if you get caught, you go into prison for like 6 days. Of like, and that's like 15 to 20 minutes of actual real life waiting time. And then you get out of it, and then it takes you 15 to 20 minutes of like, yeah, you've been malnourished for the past 7 days, and you're not very strong, so you can't get in any into fights. And that's and then that's the only time you can save until you fucking work out that you can make an alchemy potion that saves your game. Right, but you have to actually you have to actually go to an alchemy station and like, I'm gonna grind this up with my hands. I'm gonna put this into a thing. I'm gonna boil it for X amount of time. I'm gonna mix it together and put it into a potion and distill that shit. Like, it's weird. They've finally put back into the game the ability to feel risk, and that's amazing. And I love that. And then the game shits on you later on, and I don't know. It was I'm a little pissy about that, but yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Am I the only one here that's played it thus far like that? Yeah.
You have certainly played more than I.
Mm-hmm.
We know exactly how much Wreckage has played. Prylor and James haven't said anything, so I'm assuming they haven't played at all.
I have not. I don't have the funds to buy
I'm in the
that.
same boat.
Yeah.
But even if I did, what I've seen, I'm not impressed at all.
Why
It
aren't you
looks
not impressed?
So horrible. Like, it doesn't look fun to me at all.
Did you like Mountain Blade?
Never played it.
Okay. It's definitely one of those games where the other thing that it's worth pointing out is you feel absolutely garbage with a sword when you start off the game. I've put about 50 hours into it now, and I can literally like pummel strike at a knight in full plate now, and he goes down like a sack of potatoes.
Well, I'll tell you one thing
Like-
that tweaked my nipples was there is a combat tutorial section in the very, very beginning. And they teach you how to strike. They don't teach you how to block or anything. But your enemies are blocking all over the place. So you just don't know how to do that. And granted, it hasn't come up yet for me. Because I've still been railroaded. But...
So yeah, that's the other thing that's kind of interesting, because in order to learn, like you as a player, like I could tell you how to block, right?
Yeah.
You could go into the game and you could do the combination of buttons that whatever it is that you need to block. But the only thing that, like, you won't be able to block because your Henry hasn't been taught by a weapons master how to block.
Well, why the
parry.
motherfuck did that guy not teach me how to block? Like, he taught me all the strikes, but he didn't think it was pertinent for me to be able to block even a little bit.
It does come up later as to why that happens. But, like...
The best defense.
Yeah, but having said that, like, I was getting my ass absolutely fucking handed to me for about 2-4 hours of the game. And then I find later on that there's a guy that you can go to and you can pay him money to teach you how to do advanced, like, combat strikes. And he's like, okay, this is how you parry. And I'm like, okay, I already knew how to parry. And then Henry's like, wow, that's how you parry. Cool. And now in the game, I'm just like, he can fucking parry now. Like, it's you have to literally go to a combat environment, like in an actual like ring with a dude who's wearing full plate armor. And it's like, okay, try and hit me because you're not going to be able to, but try. Now, if I fight that dude, he's like, okay, try and hit me because you're not going to be able to, but try. And then he like comes at me, I parry him, and then I pummel strike him in his open faceplate, and he goes down like a piece of shit. It's good, man. I've never played a game like it, but then like, it
is a game with flaws.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely got flaws. Like,
and it is not a game for everyone. But I'm in Henley's camp on this one. I really enjoy what I have played and what I have seen.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be one of the more polarizing games of the year for sure. And
don't get Dr. Wreckage's opinion wrong, because I am still able to play this game for free when Dave is not playing his library. So I will continue to give it a chance until any sort of actual gameplay occurs. And when that finally happens, perhaps years from now, then I will judge it on its merits.
I'm totally in that boat. Like, I would totally play it.
I've been told to wait until they fix it.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with
always
games. You can play it now. And I don't know who
I can
told you
say
it
quite
was
patently
wrong.
that there is plenty wrong with it.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. It's not going to get any better than what it is, right? If that person who told you, like, oh, it's broken right now, they're going to fix it. This is the same thing where, like, the game came out and it was, like, the vision of what the developers wanted. In the next patch they're going to release, they're going to put in a fucking respec potion into a medieval, like, simulator about this. It's fucking stupid. Like but
they might also fix some of the bugs. So,
well, the one thing that they are adding, which I say is definitely needed, is a save on quit option. Because right now the only way you can save is by sleeping in a bed that you own, which is to say, going to an inn and buying a bed for the night and sleeping in it, or going to a bed that you've been given, or going to a bed in a friend's house that says, "Yep, you can stay here. Here's your bed." Or drinking a potion which you make yourself or you buy, and it's like one of the more expensive items in the game to purchase. So they're the two things that you can use to save. So let's say you've been playing for 3 hours and then something unexpected happens. You have to do I got to leave my SNES game on so that I can keep my save going, you know? This is like Sonic and Knuckles all over again. Like,
man, we did it when we were kids. We do it when we're adults.
Yeah.
you make do.
So, like, that's kind of the situation that game's in right now. And if they... Like, I don't know who told you it's broken, but honestly, it's one of the more refreshing experiences I've ever had. Like, there are some, like, really frustrating bugs in that game, but that's only because they spent $5 million on the game. That's it. They made a game in $5 million that scales in the comparison to what Morrowind does. That's incredible.
So, pirates.
Anyway, let's do an introductions real quick. Eugene, hello.
Hi, I'm Eugene. On this episode of Pirate Adventure Fun Time, I'll be playing Eric, son of Eric, grandson of Eric, great grandson of also Eric,
Who was son of Eric?
Lover
Who was
of Eric.
son of Eric? Who was son of Eric?
and before him, son of Eric.
Son of James.
Who was then father of Eric? There was a weird, you know.
It's listen, in a small village, sometimes the lines get blurred. But the important thing is, last time, son of Eric was freezing his farm-loving ass off in some godforsaken forest in the middle of Somewhereville, while trying to tell people how to use grass to make pants.
I remember all of that.
So anyway, in realsy life, I've been really busy with work and husbandly duties. I have to apologize to the cast here because I missed last Wednesday because it was Valentine's Day and things had to be done. Things, unspeakable things. But glad to be here and looking forward to the show.
Nice. Prilo. What up, sir?
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm Bryler. I play Bjorn on this pirate game that we try to do weekly.
Trying.
Yeah, that's me. Hi.
Hi. And James Corp. What up,
Hi,
sir?
I'm James. I'm alright. My ceiling's still up. It hasn't fallen down yet.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we had that discussion. I'm glad your ceiling is still a part of your building. So
It's good. It's good. So yeah, I just do RPGs mainly over on my small channel. We currently started to do Deadlands. We're doing a Warhammer game tomorrow. I'm obviously on here tomorrow. I'm here right now.
are you do you understand the lore of Warhammer?
Yes.
Okay, because in my experience with Warhammer, it's like, yep, you could either ignore it and then the game's worse for it, or you could be a part of it and fall into that weird middle ground of like, it's Warhammer, therefore it's okay to be an asshole.
I don't know what you mean. What do you mean? What do you mean by
Warhammer, everyone's a dick. Everyone, literally everyone's a dick.
Maybe. It's definitely like less heroic than most other games.
Characters are
That's
somewhat edgy.
That's that's part of the appeal sometimes. And
What's
it only
that?
took
There's
2
one
hours.
zombie on this planet. Nuke it.
Are you talking about 40k? Or are you talking about Warhammer Fantasy? Because we're doing Warhammer Fantasy
Isn't that the same thing?
No,
No.
well, kind of, not really.
by name. That's about it.
There's one zombie in that city. Burn the whole city to the ground with warp fire. There, better? I translated.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I mean, like, shit. I guess Wreckage is eager. Speaking about Wreckage, hello, sir.
Hi. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, when it comes to news of the world, here's some news about Dr. Wreckage. He isn't feeling very well. Aww.
Aww.
As a result, I have to lighten my show load in order to deal with medical bullshit. So what that looks like is that this game is going to continue, but Dave is going to be the GM. And we're going to bring on a new player to replace me because I won't be showing up at this time on Wednesdays anymore.
Yet to be announced. Yet to be announced.
To be announced. Don't worry about that though, because tonight we're going to pick up where we left off, and we're going to progress the game. Our goal is going to be to write Dave's character out of the show so that he can be GM. If we get that in one, great. I won't be here next week. if it needs a little bit more time, because I'm not just going to smote him with lightning from the sky out of nowhere.
I think I got a couple pistols.
I mean, yeah. Like I could make it happen right now and get up and leave, but I'm not going to do that because I am committed to the craft.
Isn't he currently just freezing to death? Is he
That's
the one
Eugene.
freezing? Oh, okay, that's Eugene. Okay.
Dave is just fine.
spooning
Otherwise, he
you
could just
right
die.
You have all passed your endurance rolls. One-legged, one-armed PD McGee passed his endurance roll.
He has less body to heat.
That's true.
I think didn't I like do so well that I didn't have to do any more checks?
If there are any medical doctors in the chat, I would be interested to know, does having less limbs make you less susceptible to hypothermia? Because
No.
I mean that makes sense, right though? Because you still produce the same amount of internal temperature, right?
So
But you have to heat less of it.
well, okay, so let's assume we know the limbs that he had weren't exactly cleanly shaven off, but even still, he's going to have to the
he's back. You hiccuped there for a second.
Oh, sorry. Basically, he's going to be very susceptible to hypothermia and frostbite at his stumps because he has very poor blood flow there.
Mhm.
Now, granted, his blood now does have to flow less because it's hitting a stump and coming back, but that also, in and of itself, is going to interrupt the blood flow a little bit because it's not the natural blood flow. So he
His
could have
phantom-
circulation
His
issues.
phantom feet are freezing.
Anyway, I'm glad we tangented there.
To
do
be
you
fair,
guys,
though, wood is a really good conductor of heat, so...
Eugene, and it's not. Eugene has done a great job of remembering that he was freezing to death. But nobody apparently seems to remember that the last thing that happened was that
Wolves.
you guys got attacked by a pack of wolves. And you're surrounded by wolves.
I remembered.
I remembered. I'm just passed out, so it doesn't really matter to me.
Sorry, I weren't listening. I was laughing at the clip.
Yes, the sack of potatoes.
Yeah, that's what I said. End him rightly. Like, when you're good at smacking a motherfucker with the fucking sword, that's what happens. That's what happens, man.
So I hope you're good at smacking motherfucking wolves with a sword because that's what you're gonna need.
Mate, I am the most magical son of a bitch you'll ever meet.
Does your character know how to parry?
Yeah. I have the highest parry score in the entire crew, so, you know.
We need somebody to join the Roll20 still, and I believe it is... Yep, there he is.
So did Perezia come up with parrying?
Yeah. I mean, we came up with the whole tango of, like, swordplay, and, you know, parrying is a part of that. The dance of death, known as stabbing a motherfucker. Perezia, man, Perezia.
Dancer.
That's all right. Prius came up with the potato.
Oh wait, this is
I forgot to write down everything that my place came up with. Didn't we complete?
Hey, look at that!
I claim.
I got a queen.
Oh, what is this?
This is
Initiative.
the
Oh,
initiative.
initiative. Do you want us
Oh,
to
we're
whip
fighting.
them
That's
out?
right.
Yeah, so just pull them out. Yeah.
I did not.
I mean, Wreckage, do you want me to pull initiative? I very clearly was passed out.
Twos are wild, right?
Pull initiative.
Okie dokie. You got it, sir.
How do I pull it out of my deck?
So click on it.
Yeah.
When it brings up the little box, click on the card and pull it out of your box.
I was pulling the wrong one.
You're slower than the man who's passed out. Oh,
It's because I'm spooning you. I'm trying to give you my warmth.
thank you.
Live.
Thanks,
Are you
buddy. I
actually doing that?
appreciate
I'll
it.
ask you on your
Sure,
turn.
why not?
Trying to keep me warm. Huddle together for wolves.
Gotta keep the cook alive, man. Or he goes down.
I mean,
the
you
hallway.
did build a fire, but yeah,
Ricardo,
Yes.
spin with it, man.
you act first.
Okay, so give us you know, feel free to let us know how many wolves we see.
So, any of you that have any sort of
Ability to count? Yeah, yo.
I mean, not all of us do. To be
first of
fair.
all, not all of you do. Second of all, I was not going in that direction.
More than 6.
Any ability,
That's true.
any sort of natural lore, nature wisdom, earth education.
Earth education?
Yeah, that's under my character sheet right here. Earth education.
Forest forethought. This is going to get more strained. You will be aware that there are probably more wolves than you are visibly seeing right now. Both because you can still hear a lot of howling that is not immediately ascribed to the 4 wolves that are visibly surrounding you at exactly north, south, east, and west.
So 4 wolves. Okay.
I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but I think I'm the only one with survival. And the
Did
rest
we-
of them live in cities or on the coast.
Right.
We leveled up, didn't we, last session? Because we hit 5 XP. I believe.
Yes, we did. I didn't pick anything for mine. So,
Yo, I got survival.
so what's going to happen when we swap over to GM? We are going to go back to 7th Sea 2nd edition. So I am going to bring in the fact that you guys have leveled up. It's not going to be like fuck you, start again. No. So just pick whatever you like. So remember in this one in Savage Worlds, you get the ability to pick a particular level up. I need to open up my book though. I forget which one it is. And I know that we were having conversations as to which one we should pick last time we played. Where is it?
That point is moot now.
What do you mean?
Like, it doesn't matter because we're going to be switching over.
Well, I mean, I'm going to take into account what you guys
Well,
have.
yeah, I mean, well, we all have. an
like for
idea of where
example, if you
characters
pick
are,
if you
so-
pick the ability to not be affected by poison, then for example, or if you increase your base stats a little higher than what they are, like it'll be stuff like that. So
For a level, we can just choose to increase one of our base stats, right?
yeah, I'm trying to find the fuck. I don't know where my book is. God damn it.
All right, I'll link you to my how I've got it all set up.
Yeah, I think because I formatted my PC since the last time we played this game, and I don't have access to it anymore. Can you just slap a copy on there for me, Mr. James CORP? James
All right.
Corp.
Yep.
I upgraded my spirit.
Ooh, interesting choice.
Yeah, I pumped up my strength.
If I remember correctly, there's also I really like this system. I really do. But I really want to play Seventh Seas, to be honest with you, and give that a good whirl, because I really like the story system in that, and I think that's an interesting experience. Where are you sending it, James?
I've bunged it in chat.
Oh, you mean in Zoom, right?
I can put it
No,
on
it's
Discord if you
fine.
want.
No, it's okay. I got it.
The longer we talk about not dealing with the wolves, the tougher these wolves are getting. I can see it in Wreckage's face. Like, they started out as scrawny, like half-starved, barely wolves, and now they're that final wolf boss from that Liam Neeson film.
Yeah, they have become the Liam Neeson wolves. Also, they have begun mitosis.
There's now 9 of them.
They're just
All right.
sort of splitting down the middle and no,
So
there's another
you
wolf.
can gain an edge by a skill that is equal or to or greater than linked to the one die type. Increase 2 skills that are lower than their attributes by 1 die type each. Buy a new skill at D4 or increase 1 attribute by 1 die type. You can only increase the attribute by 1 die type once per rank. And our ranks go up at level 20. So Yeah. That's what you get. And I was thinking about getting the edge that lets me. Actually, I remember now. There was an edge that I wanted that gives me the ability to, if I roll lower than a 5, I get to re-roll on the initiative counter. So I think I'll take that. Not that it will matter, but just in case. But that's me.
In case you're busy spooning somebody and you need to get up fast.
Yeah, exactly. So
for that early business trip that you're totally not taking.
Yeah, so Wreckage, with that in mind, I'm going to do my best at attacking, fending off the wolves.
Right. Pick a wolf, make an attack.
Okay. I pick wolf number 3.
Decent wolf.
Yeah, decent wolf. Is there any that appear to be larger, have the face scar that makes them look like alpha male? Like, what are we dealing with there?
So the problem is that there's one that has this like wicked
does he have
face
like
scar.
Does he have like an eye patch on?
Well, no, so that's the problem. There's one that has this wicked face scar. There's another one that's got an eye patch, and there's a third one that's all black.
Oh shit.
And you're like, fuck, which one's the alpha? This could be any of them.
And one of them has glowing red eyes for no particular reason.
Is there a way that I can use any of my skills, which I don't think I have?
No, you don't have any appropriate skills. And even then, it's like, oh, well, I'm a forest ranger, so I can just make this roll. And, that one's the leader. I can tell.
You can tell by its low-hanging testicles that it is, in fact, the alpha male of the pack. Okay, then, I will attack. So this is just, we roll fighting. Yeah, that's it. That's what we do. Just click fighting.
Well, it depends on what type, because, you guys have pistolets and etc.
Interesting. Shooting it with a pistol might be very useful.
Might be.
Because of the fact that it makes a loud sound, and it might scare them off.
Oh, totally. That you're definitely in scaring them off territory, for sure.
I mean, they might not have never heard it before.
You're right. You're absolutely 100% correct. I'm not being sarcastic at all. I swear.
These are cursed pirates. They were all once men. Now
do
they're
something crazy.
That explains the eye patch.
Well, if this was 7 Seas, they see a pistol, they run, man. You know what I mean? Like that's like super dangerous killing territory right there.
One of the wolves has 4 wooden legs.
He's known as Stumpy. All right, I'll just use my sword. Now,
all right.
So I click fighting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or do I use the sword?
No. So the sword determines the damage.
Okay.
Not the way in which you inflict that damage.
I got a 7.
Which is greater than the required target number to hit.
So keeping in mind, my parry is 7. Yeah. So if he attacks me, he has to beat higher than a 7. Is that how that works? Yeah. And then damage, you have to beat higher than toughness. Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's both. Both come into play, but one is to hit, and one is to damage.
Yep. All right. So now I roll my damage. Wha-bam! I got 7, which is the highest I can get.
All right. You said wolf number 3. Which visual wolf do you want it to be, just so we can keep this bit up?
It's gonna be the black one. Come on now.
All
that's
black?
the most alpha male. Yeah, he's got some milky eyes as well. You know,
you gotta attack the black wolf first, huh?
You do, right? Because the other ones are like, they're probably like
they probably come out the Black Wolf, and he's given those ones the
Yeah.
scars and stuff. That's what I'm imagining in my mind's eye.
So he had milky eyes. What, you went after the blind wolf?
Yeah, you did just describe that.
nah, he has one. He has one milky eye, but that's because of how old and alpha he is. You know, he's so old
So
that
he's
getting.
lacking depth perception.
He's lacking depth perception,
Have him in the face.
but he's the well-respected elder of the group. Okay.
So just insert that sort of movie, wolf and or dog gets hit by something sound effect. Sounds the same. Yeah, it sounds the same in every single one.
That's because every single dog makes that sound effect. You accidentally step on a dog's tail, makes that sound. You go to pick him up and he doesn't want to be picked
also
up,
because
makes that
they
sound.
recorded hurting a dog once, and now there are regulations, and they can't, they can't hurt a dog again just to get a new sound effect.
It's true. It's true. It is true, good sir.
So, this black wolf goes down,
Boom.
and as soon as it does, 2 more wolves leap out of the forest.
You killed our alpha. Prepare to die.
Nope, these guys look even more alpha. Like this one has its fur is actually like in braids.
Oh, dude.
Like somebody like braided it and tamed it. And then the other one is
I don't
like
this.
is like fucking just jacked.
He's
Like,
got like
Goddamn
abs and
alpha,
shit.
they're omega.
They got like
Yeah.
abs and shit. Like, don't worry about it, dude. Don't worry about it.
You ever seen those like inappropriately muscled dogs that look like they actually could
Okay,
bench
so
press?
here's
Yes,
the
exactly.
thing. Here's the thing. We were playing Mouse Guard the other day, right? As we do every Sunday, 5 p.m. PST on this channel, and we were talking about can a mouse be fucking jacked? And I did
absolutely.
some fucking googling. Yo, man, there are some fucking like yo, bro, do you even lift kind of mice out there? And
Well, that's because scientists test steroids and shit on them. Like, of course, we've created in a lab.
But here's the thing, right? They did like the let's remove the skin and see what their muscles are like, and these guys are just like fucking abbed up fucking mice and shit. I'm just like, dude, nice. There's some fucking mouse walking around being like, yo, you want to wash your laundry on these abs? So yeah, there's definitely gonna be some wolf out there that's like that.
Who had the jack?
Me.
It's your turn.
I'm going to do something crazy that Stone might actually do.
Perfect. That's exactly what I want to hear.
So I'm going to sort of grab a dog, lift it up, and use it to beat the other dogs.
Ah, man, there are so many steps in that to resolve.
I thought this was going to go one of two ways. That was one of the ways. The other one, I thought he was going to hug it to death.
Or
I
kiss it.
really, I was really hoping you were going to do a cartoon George moment.
You try to backstab the orc, you just caress him. He now feels
Gent-
awkward.
Gently caress him.
So this
I
is
assume
going
it'll
to
be a grapple, wouldn't it?
yeah, it's going to be a
Initially.
grapple first.
Right. So we need to do an opposed fighting roll.
Sure thing.
Do they get all their bonuses if it's like an opposed fighting roll? Like if it's not their turn?
Turns don't matter. Like
I
in
mean,
this
like,
one.
for example, if I get like all these bonuses, like if you're grappling me, right? If you're grappling Ricardo, does he get all of his I'm super quick and agile shit if it's not his turn? Like if I just had my turn and you grapple me, am I at the same level as I am if it was my turn doing the grapple?
Unless it's like it depends on what sort of shit you're talking about, because obviously each thing will be written differently.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a totally that's definitely anyway. Here we go. Yeah, you grapple a
So-
dog.
I've got a raise.
You should also have a wild dice there, right? Or no, you don't have one, I guess.
Yeah, you think that a pack of wolves have
So-
our fucking
Sometimes
wild cards?
Attacker is opposed to fighting roll that causes no damage. If the attacker wins, he's entangled his foe. With a raise, his foe is also shaken. Once
Alright.
entangled, the defender may attempt to break free on his next action. Both the defender and the attacker pick either their strength or agility, and then an opposed roll is made.
Mm-hmm.
If successful, the defender is free, but the attempt consumes his action. If he does so with a raise, he's free and may act normally. Failure means he is still entangled instead of breaking free. The defender may attempt a different action, but at a -4 penalty. After grappling, the attacker may attempt to damage his victim on a subsequent roll, but by making an opposed roll as above. Success, he does his strength in damage, gaining the extra d6. Raise as normal.
I mean, the way that those rules sound, I'm not sure that you can.
After grappling,
Use him
the
as a
attacker
weapon.
may attempt to make his damage on his victims in subsequent rounds. So basically he gets shaken if he had a raise, which it
Which
doesn't.
did.
You needed a five or higher, right?
No, 4.
Which-
You
It's
need to
4?
do it by 4.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So you would have a raise. The thing would be shaken, basically.
Right, but it sounds like you are also entangled.
Yes, for the
Because
most
it-
part.
'cause the-
Like he uses
Because the
turn
rules
to
say
do his
that you
thing, yeah.
can't damage this guy until the next turn.
That's right.
So I don't
yep.
think once once again, grapple rules, they're pretty squiffy.
Never played
do
a
you-
system where grappling is interesting. So
Yeah, or well, good anyway.
yeah.
So I'm just trying. The aim is to pick the dog up eventually and use it as a bait bat type thing.
Yeah, I understand the goal. It sounds like the rules don't allow that.
No, you just use improvised weapon rules, man.
Right, but the part that doesn't allow it is that he doesn't have any more actions now that he's in a grapple.
Yeah, exactly.
so
Next
next
round, you just use it as
section.
an improvised weapon.
All right. Well, we'll get to that then.
You could also kill it and then use it as an improvised weapon too. So
Yeah, I suppose.
Eric, son of Eric, is the next one.
Eric, son of Eric, you are unconscientious.
Eric, son of unconscious.
I remain unconscientious.
You are an unconscientious objector.
I unconscientiously object to what you're doing to these beats, sir.
Dang.
But know that my spirit roots for all of you, and prays for success. If you manage to kill all the wolves, hey, we can probably turn them into clothes, and or delicious wolf stew.
That's
Somehow you translate this to us while you're unconscious.
Psychically.
You can read it from my body language because
Yeah. I love that. You can read that from my body language. I think he's trying to tell us something.
I twitch in my sleep like
This
a
primitive
dog.
dance he's doing while he's unconscious. He's passing us a message, guys.
You guys had started a fire because Eugene had passed out, like you had
Mm-hmm.
you had stopped. So like there's a fire. Eugene, you can attempt like vitality roll or endurance roll. Which one
Vigor.
is it? Vigor. There we go. The one that this set has.
All right, with a -4 because of elemental resist.
Oh yeah, you have that stupid fucking everything attacks me. You're like the anti Elsa.
No, it's I'm from a temperate farmland where we when it's cold we go inside to the fire and don't.
What?
Yeah.
Doesn't make any
Anyway,
sense.
so let's do this roll. Cool. That's.
Remember, you have bennies and shit you can use.
I also have fatigue because I failed my first one. So let's see. I got a 0 and -4.
Yeah, you're still unconscious. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about
Don't
it.
worry about
Don't
it.
worry about it.
Bjorn.
I will get up from spooning Eric, son of Eric, and trying to share.
You
body warmth.
slowly and softly put his head to a rock.
Yes, because it was.
You
like,
give him a
right on
kiss on the
right
forehead.
On my arm,
Yeah,
and
you-
I gently place it down.
Yep, give him a kiss on the forehead. And he's like, I'll be back soon, princess. And then you pull out your sword and strut
That's
towards
not what
the
I said.
fire.
I just want it known that I was not conscious to give consent to this, but I consent to this.
You can tell by his body language. He
I can
presents
tell by his body
himself.
language.
Whoa, guys, step the fuck back before we get banned from Twitch.
Please.
If the
And-
drug and sodomy room didn't get us back,
Please.
I don't think this.
Tame
was-
level negative 75 right now, okay? Like,
I-
don't worry about it.
am going to charge the pack of wolves with a cutlass, and
Sure.
I will attack the braided one.
Oh, I want the braided hair. Yep, no, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
So I'll hit. What is that? A fighting? That's right.
Yeah, you just roll fighting. Nice. That wild die is paying off for you, man.
And then it was with my cutlass, so I roll that right.
Or if it beats the whatever. Does it beat
Oh,
the
yeah.
whatever? The parry of the wolves.
No. You failed to connect.
Damn it.
So that means they have, if we're going off the two results that have hit so far, they have between a 5 and a 7. So it's either 6 or 5 is their parry score.
Or it could be that the blind wolf you murdered wasn't the best dodger that they had.
Look, man, you shut up, okay? You're unconscious right now. You have no presence of awareness.
Body language.
Body language. You like draw. You got like a whiteboard and you've just drawn it.
Yeah, I guess I would just stand there and be like, "Damn, I missed the wolf."
Or maybe he like whips his hair back and forth and it confused you.
Yeah.
He whips his hair back and forth. He whips his hair back and forth. He whips his hair back and forth.
Oh, nice braids, man.
The wolves now do an thing.
Do an and thing.
Currently, there are 5 wolves.
Yes.
4 more wolves come into view.
That's a lot of meat.
That's a lot of tasty wheat.
It's true. I'm not gonna lie. That is true.
Put into your mind, again, to maintain this joke to the extent that it can be maintained, that each of them also appears to be, in some unique and interesting way, the most alpha of the wolves.
If everyone's an alpha, who is the alpha? You know what I'm saying?
Really,
Does
I'm just trying to.
a guy come out with like? Does a wolf come out with like fucking horn rimmed glasses? And he's like, "Hey guys," and then they're just like, "Oh, leader."
Look, I'm just trying to challenge your preconceptions, Dave. That's all.
Oh, a woman wolf. No. We're not going there. Cool.
Nope. No, sir.
Nope.
This is 2018. That is not okay. That is not an okay joke.
Oh no, but body language is consent. That was an okay joke.
No, I was just letting everybody know that I had given consent. That was my personal affirmation of consent so that nobody thought that Bjorn was taking advantage of Eric, son of Eric.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I want everybody who's conscientious,
Objectives.
consolidated.
Consenting adults.
Yeah, words. I want all of those folks to make me the check that is a. Hold on a second.
No, you just have to beat our parries, bruh.
No, that's not what's happening here. dummy.
Bruh.
You fucking idiot.
Look,
The
man.
cold away.
I would like a notice from everybody.
A notice. Okay.
If you don't have notice, it's an untrained smarts check.
You got some pretty good smarts.
Untrained is like a -2. That might be rules bleeding a little bit there. I can't remember what untrained is.
Oh, actually, there's an unskilled check, I think.
Mm.
Yep.
What is that actually though?
Well, let's have a look.
It's -2. Okay, yeah. On your unskilled roll. Cool. But your wild dice still counts. That's interesting. So we got a 5, a 5, a 4, and a 3.
Ignore the unskilled roll that I did.
So we got
because that
2
wasn't me.
successes and 2 failures. Oh, I guess the 4 counts. So I guess 3 successes and 1 fail.
I mean, you could also be doing a versus check. So, but
Oh wait,
five,
no. Everyone passes a site. Yeah, because Samuel Stone did an unskilled check. Yeah. Okay.
the fives have it.
Woo.
Fives.
Yo.
Other than every one of these wolves comically appearing to be an alpha out of perhaps an anime about wolves.
Wolf's Rain. Yes, I know that.
Yeah. Other than all of them appearing to be main characters, there is also.
It was the first anime I ever watched, actually, too.
It's a lot of people's firsts because it was a Toonami classic.
I watched it on the back of a DVD I got
What's an anime?
from a video game magazine.
Tentacles and teenagers is all you need to know, Bjorn.
It's where men turn into wolves.
and boys turn into salty men. Anyway,
Yeah.
there is something else about these wolves that stands out to your
Well-trained eyeballs.
your eyeballs that are all well trained and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Their eyes literally are actually glowing. The eyes of these wolves give off a sort of pale teal color.
They're all blind.
It's very effervescent, translucent, that sort of thing. They are encircling you in the way that wolves would, but also there is a very real sense that they are not acting normally, even for those of you who don't have any sort of survivalism that would tell you how
Or have
wolves...
ever seen wolves before.
Right, it's just there's something very unnerving about the way they are conducting themselves. There's something very unnatural, perhaps.
Stone's probably never seen a wolf, so he just thinks they're dogs. Bad dog.
I've seen plenty.
Stop it, you bad dog.
Friends, I do not think these wolves are normal. Not that I have seen many, but
Well,
I know a
Well, look at their
predator. I
eyes.
know a predator when I see one, and this doesn't seem like something that. Well, something seems amiss.
Their eyes are.
are they
slightly glowing.
attacking us?
They just appear to be continuing to surround you more aggressively. Like more of them are appearing. You are increasingly surrounded. The howling has stopped, like completely. It's now dead silent.
No
so that's-
wind.
I mean, you know, there's the sound of air, but there isn't a blowing wind.
Ah, yes. Okay. So it's not like one of those unnatural calmness.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a little.
Are we still in combat?
Yeah, you're still in combat. I mean,
We're talking just very calmly because we're used to combat.
you're using free actions to discuss. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But it does not appear that that discussion is going anywhere. So we will progress forward in time. Ricardo, it is your turn again.
All right. Hacking and slashing. Let's go.
Attacking and dog.
And dog. Doesn't matter which one.
All right.
Would a 5 be okay? No. You know what? I have a lot of bennies. I'll fucking. I'll throw a Benny on the pile. Because I know a 5's not going to hit, right?
Well, yeah. I think you have. Do you have to do the Benny before I tell you if it hits?
No.
What do the bennies do exactly?
Yeah, they just reroll.
They you reroll basically.
Failed dice or all dice?
Yeah, you just reroll the entire thing, right?
Okay.
Yeah, you get a full
Sorry,
reroll.
I'm getting
Bennies.
Shadowrun.
That is to say,
okay.
you get an additional wild die as
Mhm.
well. Is the point?
You can use bennies to reroll any trait test, make an entire roll from scratch. If you're firing 3 shots on full auto and don't like the results, pick up 3 dice and your wild die and roll again. But keep spending bennies and rerolling as much as you like. Take the best of your attempts. If you roll a 5, for example, and a benny gets you 4, keep the 5 instead. There you go. Bennies can also be used to save you from deadly attacks. You can use them to soak damage. So that's the other thing you can use them on. So I'm going to reroll Mr. Rick. I guess I'll take my 5.
Yeah. I mean, unless you want to keep. No, you don't. Yeah, you miss on this guy. It's a deft dodge.
I'm
Because-
not blind, it says as it moves.
Yeah, the other guy was blind. Also, a wolf, its parry is not actually going to be like a ka-ching, like parry you with its fang or something. So it
You just
dodges.
realized this dog is carrying a sword. You're like, fuck.
These are all the Dark Souls, the wolf from Dark Souls.
This is the
Yeah.
dog
This is
from
its paw,
Persona.
man.
This is the dog
Push
from.
the sword out of the way.
Yeah, this is the dog from Persona 3. It has a gun in its mouth.
That's when we noticed there's like 6-inch little men riding the backs of the wolves.
With very large swords that
Cool
can
They're the
carry.
person
back.
that killed the dude on the boat.
Cool
Duh.
back.
Oh my god, it's the 6-inch men from earlier! And that's why the wolves are acting so unnatural. They're mounts. It all makes
And
sense.
they're mad at Stone for knowing their secret. Stone, the only one who believed in the 6-inch.
You need to have a super low intelligence to see.
When you
these
got in
people.
that machine,
Right.
they pulled you here to kill you.
Oh.
This is their island.
They're in the blood of everyone. That's how
They had
small
to
these
silence
men
the
are.
one who knew about the borrowers.
Wow. I don't know if I want to take your storyline when we play.
Actually, what Wreckage is doing is merging 2 stories. What's riding the wolves is mice.
Oh,
We're
damn.
Oh my god. It's whiskers and whiskey.
Damn, dude.
This is like some other place
Yeah.
in that world where
Yeah.
also there are humans and pirates and curses, but they just never knew.
Yo, Mouse Guard is pretty legit though. Just been putting that.
I lost my copy of Mouse Guard and lent it to a friend who.
There's a bunch of badgers.
Oh, you got those types of friends? Fuck those guys, man.
I've lost loads of books to so-called friends,
Nah, fuck. 'em.
so I don't lend anything out anymore.
Exactly. Keep them to yourself. Be that old man at the apocalypse would just be like, man, we're bored. I wish James was here. And James would be sitting by himself, surrounded by RPG books, being like, it's the apocalypse and I got no one to play with.
Well, yeah, he'll
Catch
also
22.
be dead because you can't survive in the apocalypse alone.
Yeah, but
and he
you'll be
took your
dead.
advice and scorned friendship in exchange for books.
Yeah, but it's like, finally, I have all the time in the world to read. Glasses, eyeballs.
Then his hands fall off. Thank God I can read Braille.
Hands full of. No.
Here's the thing, though. He would have to lose all sensation of touch to not be able to read Braille. Oh, then his head pops off. That's right. Yep. No, so I remember that one.
Yeah.
Yep. Futurama. Good one. Good job.
I'm gonna
You
snap
did
the neck of that dog that you're holding there.
it. Jack.
They're under the rat names, by the way, in case you're wondering. So Stone.
Right.
Oh, Jack! I thought you were asking for someone called Jack. Sorry, I was listening, but I got confused.
Jack,
It's
Jack,
fine.
Jack.
It's totally fine. I mean, we were going on a stupid tangent. I don't fault you for not
But
paying
they're not
attention.
attacking,
I'm like,
so-
I thought you were,
So
thought you were
Stone's just
calling his
gonna.
name Jack.
Stone's just gonna pat the dog.
Wait, you're gonna put the dog down and pet it?
Yeah.
Why?
All right, Stone.
'Cause they're not
Stone.
attacking.
So Stone.
I thought you were gonna
releases
go like.
the dog, the doggo, the wolf friend, who is really just dog friend. I mean, honestly, and you know, it sort of shakes itself a little because it's a little confused about what just happened, and then backs off from Stone, and sort of joins the the encirclement distance that the wolves are at.
Is there a loose stick at all?
Fetch.
Oh, totally. I mean, there's some in that
Exactly.
fire that aren't even like on fire or whatever.
I'm gonna grab one and go fetch.
I love the idea that you throw the stick.
All right, so Stone's action is to throw a stick, and he does.
Do you have
Eric.
throwing? How well do you throw the stick?
Eric, son of Eric.
Yeah.
I'd like you to make a vigor roll. I would like you to reduce your penalty by 1.
Nice. Because
As you-
he's next to the fire, right?
Sure, and also Bjorn spooning him, right? No, he attacked
Oh,
last turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that the handprint that is left on his soul is still there,
Right, the warmth of his love.
and he gently.
Almost got there. I almost got there.
Wait,
Man,
you rolled a
just
3 on your wild die and it didn't explode. You rolled a 6
did.
on your wild die and you got a
I have a
1,
-4.
and you still got a 3.
So I got the 6, which exploded.
Not you.
But
You
it
had
did
a
not-
-4. You should now have a -3.
No. I had -5.
You did?
I took 1 fatigue, which is a -1 last session, and it didn't clear up because I immediately just passed out and we were attacked by wolves.
Oh, and then you got the static -4. Got it.
So I'm now at -4. So even with an exploding die, didn't quite get there. It didn't help that the next dice that I rolled was a 1.
Here's the thing. My goal was not to give you -1. It was to make your penalty -3.
Mm.
And I thought it was -4, so I said improve by 1. So what I'm saying is that is actually a 4 on that exploded wild dice.
Woohoo!
So you will be able to regain consciousness.
Just as
Hey,
the
you're-
wolves start to speak, so that we don't have to explain it to you later.
So it's not the wolf speaking; it's the 6-inch guys on the back there.
Hey guys, I just woke up. What's going on? I was surrounded by wolves, and the wolves are like, "Welcome to our land."
The
And you're
wolves
like,
aren't talking. Bjorn. Stone has decided to take a less lethal approach. You've only killed 1 wolf. Between all of you so far.
And have they not
Okay,
even
that's fair.
attacked us?
They have not done any sort of actual attack. They have just encircled you so far.
Hey, we brought you guys a welcome quiche to the neighborhood. Yeah! Ah, shit! They're attacking us. Yo, how can you tell the alpha at a bake-off? You know what I'm saying?
Man, I guess I would grab one of the there's a stick in the fire and like a log or whatever,
Multiple stick-based strategies. Got it. Yeah.
Nice, yeah.
and I'm just gonna kind of hold it kind of like if they come at me, I'm gonna swipe at them to discourage them.
Oh, you're doing the snakes. You're Indiana Jones with the snakes.
Why
does it always have to be
snakes?
Animals don't like fire, so I know they're not natural.
Except
or,
for these wolves, because
Yeah.
they're fire wolves.
Oh shit, we didn't notice because
So-
our notice rolls were only 5, but these wolves are on fire.
So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm not really gonna attack because they're not attacking me. But can I? Maybe I can hold an action to if they go to attack one of us, I can try and attack that
I
one.
think you can go defensive for some reason. I don't know if this is. I'm confusing systems, but I think you can go like on a full defense.
Yeah, I believe there is a thing for that. Let me see if I can find it for you.
Because that's what I'd like to do. As much
Let's
as I love
see.
killing.
Yeah. Situational combat rules. No. Chord shots. Defend. If a character's only regular action is a defend, his parry is increased by +2 until next action. The defender may move normally while performing this maneuver, but no running or other actions are allowed.
Is there not anything for like if they attack, I can?
In addition to a use or defend option, the character can go to full defensive action. He makes a fighting roll at a +2 and uses the result as his parry until next action. This is a trait test, so he gets to roll his wild dice as well. And of course, he can roll an ace, and he can choose to use bennies if he wants to. There you go.
So there's no like fighting, as in like if they come after me, I can just stab them.
Oh, you want to hold your action? Is that what you're saying?
Kind of like that, yeah. Like hold an action to.
Let's take a look. The drop. Sometimes an attacker is able to catch a foe off guard or get the drop on him. Nope. That's not it. Breaking things called action. Let's keep it going. Maybe it's...
Wait, were you talking about holding your action? You can hold your card. That's in the initiative section. I saw it a second ago.
Like hold my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, page 65. Hold. The hero may choose to wait and see what happens by taking a hold action. He may then go later in the round if he chooses. A held action lasts until it's used. If a character has
Yeah,
a
but
held
he's holding
card-
his action at the end of the round, right?
Yeah, hang on. If a character has a held card when a new round starts, he's not dealt in. If a character is shaken while on hold, he immediately loses his hold status and any remaining actions for the round. If the victim soaks the attack and avoids the shaken result, he remains on hold.
Okay, so you can just hold your
Interrupting
thing.
action.
All right.
The character's on hold wants to interrupt an action, including a rival who is also on hold. He and the opponent must make an agility roll. Whoever rolls the highest goes first. In the rare case of a tie, the actions are simultaneous.
Cool. So basically, you can hold your action until you get damaged, and you can stoke to continue to hold your action.
Yeah. What's that? What was that? I get my roll my fighter thing and get the defense.
Oh, that's full defense. You can roll your fight, and you get to keep your bennies and all your score, and that will be your new parry score. The other one is you get a +2 to your parry. So if you got like a 6, right? What's your parry right now?
Shit, where is that located?
At the very top of the page.
Oh, okay. Parry is 6.
All right, so you get a +2 on that if you choose to defend, which would put you at an 8, which is fucking incredibly high. Or you could roll and see what you get. So
It only would get higher if I explode. Right?
yeah, that's right.
So I'll take the +2 and get up to 8 parry.
There you go. So that's what you're just defending. Cool.
Yep. They haven't actually attacked us yet, so.
Yeah, exactly. Reki?
So he's just really, really increasing his defense, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's +2 on his parry.
With a flaming shtick.
Shtick.
All right. Trying to find a rule myself
For what?
for the wolf turn.
I got a question.
Yo.
Yeah.
How long have we been alive? I'll take a quick break sometime soon.
Oh, if you want a break, go ahead. We can have a break. Let's have a break.
All right, cool. We'll take a break.
Many thanks to our Patreon supporters for this week's episode. Head on over to patreon.com/Henley to support the growth of Die Party.
On the wolves' turn, which it now is,
Yep.
there materializes 5 more wolves.
What's this, like 25 wolves now?
You're at 14.
God
This is
damn
a
it.
very unpleasant thing to wake up to.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you're surrounded by 14 wolves, Eric, son of Eric. They seem to be circling at like an exact distance. One of your friends appears to be attempting to play fetch. Another one is waving a torch back and forth.
The sane one
And-
is defending himself.
And the same one is attacking Snow.
Jon Snow, actually. What's his name?
Why don't you give me a notice roll?
Sure. Prepare to be underwhelmed.
Oh, I'm always underwhelmed.
That's my secret, Captain. I'm always underwhelmed.
So I rolled a 0.
Wow.
You did.
Because
Wow.
when you're untrained and noticed and still very fatigued,
You rolled a 1 on a d6 on a wild die, and you rolled a 2 on a d4 with a -2.
it's a rough day.
He didn't botch though, which is.
I just woke up from a comfortable dream. All right?
Oh, what's
I'm blowing the sleep out of my eye.
I take
Popping
some.
the yard off my back. Like
I take a small amount of umbrage with calling a hypothermia-induced coma a nice dream nap.
You don't know, man. You don't know what dying from hypothermia is actually like. It could be really peaceful. They say that dying by drowning is supposed to be the most peaceful way to go, but I
was
don't
being-
think so.
Are you insane?
They say
Dying by drowning the most peaceful way to go. You mean panicking right up until the very last
well, they
second?
they say that the lack of oxygen in the muscles gives you like weird brain things or whatever. So like
You panic instinctually, literally until you can't move anymore.
that's what I'm saying. Like
And
the actual act
Your
of dying.
lungs
They
start
say that
spasming.
Whoever
Drowning
told you that
action.
dying is the most peaceful way to go, or drowning is the most peaceful way to go?
drowning is the most peaceful way to die.
Well, let's count up all the ways of dying, right?
No, let's not. Let's get back to the fucking game. There are 14 wolves.
Seems to be a pretty popular one right now.
Eric couldn't see that their eyes are glowing. Ricardo, it's your turn.
Hang on. Just a question.
Wait,
Quick
yeah,
question.
wolves didn't do shit.
Quick question. When
Yeah.
I threw that stick,
They did. More of
is
them
it-
occurred.
Is it classed as a trick? Because if you look on page like 76, there's like here's an attempt. Fancy maneuvers or cleverest tricks to trap their foes.
Look,
and set
James,
them
if
up
you
for
want to
taking
do
one
something
off
like
the
that, you literally have to say, GM, I do this trick maneuver. It's called throwing a stick. Otherwise, because Records is going to be like, okay, you threw a fucking stick. Good job, dumbass. Like, let's keep going.
I mean,
Look,
he
the
was
point
trying to
is-
play fetch. Okay.
Wolves don't play fetch, and we get that Stone thinks they're dogs, and that's fine, and you can keep playing into that, and I love that role playing, but also it's not going to accomplish anything. I
Stick to
love
it
it.
more
Keep
dogs.
doing it. You're fabulous. You're beautiful. Keep going. It's not going to do anything.
Imagine
we're
the
not gonna
GM.
address it.
Imagine your GM as a dumbass motherfucker who doesn't read the rule book, all right? Imagine the GM as that guy.
Okay.
Now you have to tell him everything you're doing.
Okay.
With page and quotations.
Anyway,
I've got another thing as well.
yes, another thing. Mm-hmm.
Aren't we supposed to refresh the hand every action?
Are
Boom.
we?
Got him.
Yeah, I believe we are.
All right.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What'd be the fucking point of that?
Just the way it works.
That seems so fucking
Just
annoying
the
to
way it
do.
works.
Okay,
That works.
cool. Yeah. Well, I've got my ability where I can re-roll if I get a 5 or
I'm
lower. so-
totally cool with it because I rolled ass.
Let me just fucking whip out that
I
queen
rolled
again.
even fucking worse.
Got him.
I should have kept.
Bjorn, son of Bjorn.
Fuck off.
Bjorn, some of Bjorn. Actually, still
You
time.
reshuffle the and you only reshuffle the deck when you pull a joker.
Oh, okay.
Can you even do that in this game?
Yeah.
Yes, there's 2
Fuck,
jokers in
dude.
Well, I still go first. Wait, no, the ace goes first this time, right?
I think
Those
Ace
are
is
wild,
low.
right? We
Ace is high.
Ace is
Ace
high?
is high. Okay, Ace goes first. Eric, son of Eric.
It's a good thing one of us has a knowledge of the rules.
Look, motherfucker, okay, you threw a stick and expected everyone to get what you were doing, alright? Like,
I didn't know what I was doing, but then I read trick and
So you didn't even.
Retroactively, I would like to do a thing.
hang on, what was that? Did you just say at least one of us knows the rules?
I don't know every fucking individual fucking rule, do I? I'm not a fucking walking GM.
Oh, sorry.
A
Jesus
walking
fucking
GM, man. I mean, the sedentary GMs, they don't know what they're doing. A walking GM, they know all the rules.
It's the extra activity. It keeps the brain sharp.
Yeah, you'd be
Uh-huh.
the perfect man in prison. You'd be completely entertaining your entire time that you're there. Walking GM. Come on now.
Well, okay. Seeing that we're surrounded by wolves in what appears to be a completely natural situation, with absolutely no.
I love the
weird
idea
things
that the camera pulls up, right? Goes up further, and then you see that the island we're on is shaped like a wolf's head. This is Wolf Isle, bros.
Wolf Island, bros. Inikichu. So I'm going to pull out my sword and grab a stick from the fire that is
Oh, we all playing fetch too.
on fire.
Okay,
Um,
your hand is burned. Take it. No, I'm kidding.
Sweet. So he doesn't take any more fatigue because
I grab
wherever
a
he
stick
goes-
that's on fire. Okay, well, I mean, you burn your hand.
yeah. Okay. Well,
No, I'm
clearly
kidding,
What I
I'm
meant
kidding.
is like I grab
know.
an unburning piece of the wood.
Right. You're right. I know.
And
Don't worry about it.
brandish it as a torch because I believe
Uh-huh.
in nighttime.
Yep.
And move towards to stab a wolf at the near Bjorn to fight side by side. Yar.
Yar.
And it is is it nighttime? Because you guys discussed whether or not you were going to head out. No, you slept. You did sleep the first night. It's day.
Oh,
It's day. It's
Well-
day. It's cloudy day.
Well, you got a fiery stick still.
still got a fire stick.
Correct.
Wolves don't like fire. I was told by a very reliable source.
They have fur, and
you were
fur is
unconscious?
flammable.
Ricardo.
You read it
Yes.
in my body language.
Hello, it is I, Ricardo. I will.
Do I not get to
Oh.
roll my fighting attack?
Oh, you said fight. I thought you said wait. My bad. That's a different word.
Do it.
And just fuck Eric. He doesn't get to go.
Look, you just wake up. You think you're on
Okay.
time, but you're not. Like, yeah.
No, yeah, you go ahead. Go ahead. Don't
You
worry
took
about
too
it.
long.
Now you
finding a
candies
stick
go
that
on.
wasn't completely
That's
on
what
fire.
happens.
That's not going to get you there. I'm sorry.
But I tried. Is the
Mhm.
important part.
Yep.
I mean,
did
you
try.
have some of those Benoits if you want.
Sure, I will spend.
Wait,
one
can you use a Benoit to get rid of the fatigue? Fatigue?
I thought you
I
could use it
think-
to absorb damage, not to get rid of a fatigue.
Hmm.
You probably can. You could have probably done it when he initially took the fatigue, but now he's
I
already
spent-
taken it.
I spent 2 bennies at that point to try to re-roll my vigor roll. I don't think I had any bennies, and then I fell unconscious.
Also, fatigue is different than a damage type, I think.
Recovering
So-
from fatigue depends on its source. Severe hunger, cold requires warmth, and so on. Okay. Fatigued. Okay.
Didn't get there.
you know,
And please subtract a benny from me.
And give it to me. Please.
that's not how that works.
Why have I got a stick on my Benny?
Because you put it there. I've been
That's
trying to
not
get rid of that for
I'm red.
fucking weeks, and someone put a
I'm red.
goddamn purple
I'm
stick
red.
there.
Who was that?
Wreckage.
Anyway,
I have the capacity to remove it, so I did. I didn't put it there.
Ricardo, I believe it is your turn, my friend.
Yeah, I will. I will say, how do you
rocket
do,
ship.
Mr. Woofy Poo? I will fucking use a Benny on that garbage
Really?
roll.
Look, hold on a second. Don't use a Benny.
Okay, I won't then.
You're trying to kill one wolf of 14, and
I'm
you
making
missed.
a statement here, man.
I mean, if you want to make a statement, sure.
All right.
I'm just. You're really gonna spend a Benny to maybe miss again against one of 14 wolves. I'm just trying to be on your side here.
Well, I mean, if you were on our side, you wouldn't put 14 wolves against us, you know.
I'm not putting 14 wolves against you. That's out of my hands.
I'm sorry, who's the game master in this game?
Some walking asshole.
Yeah, somebody who can walk.
I meant walking dictionary, direct, whatever.
We know what you meant.
James's secret. That's why James was able to like pick up the dog because he's secretly the GM, guys. All right.
It's now the wolves' turn.
Mm-hmm.
6 more wolves appear.
They stand up on their hind legs and they start going. Came to the wrong neighborhood, motherfucker.
Or the right neighborhood, I mean, as far as it goes. I mean, we're going to get a show tune sung to us by talking dogs. How are they snapping? They don't have opposable thumbs. They don't
Look,
have...
man, don't look a fucking talking, upright walking gift wolf in the mouth, okay?
No, listen.
He's the GM.
They have no way to snap. They could clap. They could be clapping wolves. They physically.
Their eyes are glowing.
You know
I
what
don't
it
think
is?
Snapping is out of the realm of
They're
possibility.
holding decapitated human hands and
Okay,
then manipulating it
No,
with their wolf
Dave,
fingers.
your joke is stupid. We're moving on. It's the dog's turn. 6 more dogs appear. You are now surrounded by 20 dogs in total.
Oh my fucking god!
20 was a magic number. They now morph into like
20 was the magic number.
Are they all like unique as well?
Yes, every single one of them in it. 20 times I need you to imagine how a wolf can appear to be the alpha of a wolf pack, and they all look like their own unique
Is there now another black wolf with milky eyes to replace the one that had like...
Yeah. I also like the idea that there's that anime like face scar, which is like the cross, you know?
There's the
like
yes,
the
that
diagonal
one.
cross, and it's
Yep.
like there's that guy. Yep.
There's an albino wolf who's got black eyes.
Oh shit.
There's a wolf that has like a scarf.
Oh, like
You know,
like a
handkerchief.
former employee dog of human relations,
Something
now
like that.
turned Wolf. Yeah.
There's
one smoking a cigarette. It's just loosely hanging out of his mouth.
loosely hanging out of his mouth. Cigarette
There's
dog.
D-Dog over there. He's over here now too. Like, yep.
And then just like 19 unique main character looking wolves. One who looks totally normal, but that of course sets him apart.
But makes him look like an alpha wolf because everyone else looks unique, right? So. Yeah.
Well, so each wolf looks like an alpha in their own way, including the wolf that just looks normal.
That
and
one there
therefore-
must be the moody one.
No, you can tell the moody one because they have fur over one of their eyes.
It's dyed purple.
Yeah.
And he keeps going.
But only at the tips.
Swept slightly to the side.
I don't want to eat humans. So mainstream.
In a flash, you are beset upon by 20 wolves. 4 each.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Gotta make it even.
It's just easier that way.
Does the one that that Samuel Stone let go attack someone else because he was like, I like that guy.
We're bros now.
I'm not gonna eat him.
Sure. That's exactly what happens.
You know who I feel bad for?
Me.
Peg-legging one arm. What's his face?
Oh yeah, he's totally fucked.
We could toss him, throw him off, and make them chase him.
I mean, he's not going to get very far.
We go back to the very beginning of the game. We're like, oh, my curse is that when I get attacked inevitably by 4 wolves, they won't kill me. It's a weird one, I know, but it is what it is.
My curse is if I ever touch snow, I summon 20 wolves.
If I ever touch this mythical thing known as snow, I'll summon 20 majestic alpha wolves.
Okay, so that was against Stone.
It's a foolproof plan, boys.
Holy 18, Batman.
This is, by the way, this is not.
Oh, this is the wolf equivalent of getting your head punched off.
This is not. This is not damage. This is grapple. This is a grapple check. All 20 wolves are trying to grapple.
Well, it's hard to play the game when you get turned into a fucking pretzel by a wolf.
So it's so grapple was an opposed roll, so we have to oppose it.
Mm-hmm.
So roll 4 opposed fighting checks.
Well, just start with trying to beat the 18.
Okay.
And if you don't, then you get grappled.
Okay, I've got a good chance of doing this.
I think you rolled those wrong, by the way. I'm pretty sure everyone gets a +1 up to a +4 total.
Right. So they all got a +4 because there's 4 people attacking. Each individual person gets the bonus.
Everyone gets a plus. Is that how it works?
It literally says it. If you are, it says in the example, if you are beset upon by 3 people, then each one would get plus to their attack.
I read that as a +1 up to a total of if 5 people attack, there's only ever 4.
If you get attacked by 12 people, they each get +4 to their attack. You still get attacked by 12 people. It doesn't negate 8 of those attacks.
All right, so this is against the 18.
Whoa.
Damn near. Almost.
You didn't give him the raise. You didn't give him the raise, James.
I don't think I'm going to spend a penny because I can't get anything better than that. Next.
Well, I mean, you could.
You could.
You could get 2 explosions.
Before I move on, I need to know if you're going to try and roll a Benny because I need to do the next person, and I don't want to push.
Do I need to roll it 4 times for the three others?
No, because you becoming grappled would also put you into entanglement, which means the other 3 would succeed. Basically, the idea is you will be dragged off by 4 wolves.
But this is to decide whether it's 4 different directions or the same direction.
No, it's not. If you can if you can resist their best roll and then the next best roll and the next best roll and the next, if you resist all 4, then you're fine. That's what has to happen. So which can easily happen if the next, maybe not for Stone because the first one happened to explode into an 18, which was very large. But for example, this is now coming at Bjorn, and they could all roll 5s or whatever.
Bjorn, baby
Bjorn would be in a pretty good.
My doesn't come into this at all.
No, it doesn't. Okay. But the thing is, you do get. The one you got to beat is a 9. You can choose either strength or strength or agility here. You can pick either one.
I thought it was opposed fighting.
It's always opposed fighting. You get to break out later with opposed strength or agility.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
All right, so a 9 and 3 7s. You got this, Bjorn.
Do it, brother.
All right,
fucking get shit on. Holy fuck.
That 9's totally fucked.
So you keep going down now, right? From the highest down.
So 3 7s.
Spend all your energy doing one thing. He's like,
I just bat away that one wolf. Fuck off,
Well, no, I'm happy to say, especially with the multiple raises that you got on that first one, that you just kill that one wolf.
He goes to grasp you with his like going to grab you with his mouth, you just like grab his face, go no, and just spin it off of him and throw it behind you.
I like it.
You suplex that wolf.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
But then the other one
by
gets me.
suplexing him, you're now on the ground. And
Yeah, you
never
expose
take-
yourselves to the other two. You didn't
You
realize
can
what the-
spend some bennies to re-roll that if you like. Like, it is a skill test, so whatever they call a trait test. So
You're
So-
certainly allowed to if you would like to.
mhm.
And then I would have to beat 2 other 7s after that.
Yeah.
What are you
Really
actually
think
rolling?
I'm
You're
not-
rolling a d8, right?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I mean, you're in a pretty decent position, all things considered. But, if you choose not to, they aren't hurting you. They're just trying to grapple you with their wolf mouth.
But they're not doing it to hurt you. They're doing it
Well,
out of love.
They're just gumming you a little bit.
All right.
Hell
Yeah, I'll spend a Benny.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
See where that gets me.
Hell yeah, do it. Hey,
All
look
right.
at that.
You're good. Tie goes to defender, so
I got 2 more.
you've got two more 7s to beat.
Come on, I believe in you.
Nope.
Spend more
Uh,
bennies.
You
Yeah,
can't.
that's-
botch.
Bennies for anything.
That's
Yeah,
a
he's
botch.
botched.
That's a botch.
Oh.
Yeah. They get you real good. Those remaining 3 wolves.
The other one's got you in like a fucking like wrestling lock. It's like,
I don't know
It's
how
the-
I got
and you're
that,
like
but
tapping
yeah,
out on the
sure.
snow, and he's like, "This ain't that type of match, man."
The funniest lock, I believe that the funniest
It's like
wrestling
a
lock.
headlock, you know. It's like,
No, the funniest one for a wolf to put you in would be the leg one, where it's both where they used their legs to lock your
The
legs.
figure 4.
Yeah, the figure 4. That's the funniest one for a wolf to put you in, right? Like,
it's like some fucking Russian
I mean, and they don't
military
have
martial arts.
hands, so the other 2 wolves would actually have to like manipulate your legs around the other one's legs.
No, the one that did it was the one that was wearing the Russian beret, you know, like.
right? No. Oh, there's totally a dog that has like a special ops beret.
Yeah, like he's
Ivan.
the revolver ocelot of the group.
Ivan.
You're pretty good.
All right, the next group's coming at Ricardo.
Okay.
9, 7, 15,
fuck
good luck.
me.
17.
17.
Good luck.
You're pretty good. Okay. Now,
Having-
okay. Here's the thing. I've got acrobat, right?
Sure.
It gives me a +2 to all agility rolls made to perform
Sure.
acrobatic maneuvers.
That's
right?
awesome.
Would you agree
Nope.
that not being caught in a thing
Nope.
is an acrobatic
Nope.
maneuver? Are you fucking kidding me?
The
It's like-
grapple rules specifically say that it's a fighting check first. Then, when you are trying to break out, acrobat will apply because you can use agility, and it's all
Alright.
agility.
Look at that. Fucking 17. Perfect.
No, that's an 11, Dave.
I mean, look, man, I don't know.
It was real close, bud. You got real close.
Can I just say a fucking super big fuck you to Roll20 on all these rolls right now? Like, can I just say that? Like,
The wolves have exploded multiple times in their.
it's like they're all sitting in the background, just like going, ah, and we're just like, why are they screaming at us? And they're ah, and then they all come at us, and they're just in their Super Saiyan Kaioken 3 forms, and it's just,
Here's the truth.
yeah.
That one wolf you murdered, that was like their ambassador of peace and friendship.
Friends,
And
I am
also-
here to come at me, wolves. Okay, fair. All right, I get.
He's a pillar of their community, and you murdered him in front of them.
Friends, we will give up the ways of the wolf and accept a peaceful nature.
And then I'm just like, yeah. I was like, oh fuck that guy. All right. Yeah.
Basically, the wolves. More of them were going to appear each round.
Yeah.
And what you had to do to be in a decent position in this encounter was kill some of them as they're spawning so that they don't build up to a very high number where they get maximum bonuses on trying to capture you.
Are you saying that
but you
they
killed one.
used the wolf pack advantage that they had?
Yeah, I mean, basically Wolfpack. There's,
Wait, so I killed one. Does that mean that there would have been one guy who had 5 parries on him at some point?
well,
I
there.
suspect he still would have built to 20.
Well, they are attempting to build to 20. The number of wolves that there are is more than 20.
This is some MMO mechanic right here, man. You're just like, look, this boss is just gonna keep doing this until you fucking kill enough of the ads. And
I
you're just
assume you're not going to be spending your Benny to try and beat that 17.
like, dude, that's just like that's
Eric,
like
son of
super
Eric.
stretch right there, you know.
Your highest is 9.
Cool.
And one of them botches, so you know.
All I have to do is beat 9 with a D6 at -1. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't even look at it. Hey, look, I didn't do it.
I assume you're not going to spend any bennies.
You know what?
Fantastic.
Fluff it. I will spend a Benny.
A single penny is spent.
Cool. I improved by 1.
Now all you need to do is spend 6 more pennies. Somebody just took a Benny off of Bjorn, but he didn't spend one.
Yeah, you did.
I spent one.
No? Oh, did
Spent
you?
one a little bit
Oh.
ago.
I mean, if
But
you
wanna
two,
go back,
two
maybe it's
Bennies
fine.
should be removed from me, Henley.
2.
Okay.
Yeah, I used one to attack.
Roger that.
Everybody is grappled, including Bubbles.
I would like to see Bubbles rolls, please.
Sure, fine. We'll slow it all
Wait,
down.
Who's grappling
No.
Bubbles?
Just one roll from Bubbles with his one arm
Well,
and his
there's
one leg.
Yeah.
yeah,
Bubbles has
that
a
you remember
fighting-
that 5th wolf, the 21st wolf that was supposed to show up that I killed that got replaced? Yeah, that one.
He's actually a wild, so I should roll his wild too.
Which is just another D6.
I'll just roll that again.
You
So
botched
Bubbles
it.
Bubbles was a 5 and a 6, or a 5 and a 1. Thank you. Sorry.
Boys, I don't think this is in my skill set.
Oh, no.
You are grappled by wolves.
Uh-huh.
They're more or less they're doing sort of canine takedown of a person, like non-lethal biting at wrists, ankles, clothes, etc. And with great strength, they are
Great responsibility.
they are dragging you off into the woods. Eric, son of Eric, you don't even need to make your survivalism skill check to know that wolves don't do that. This is not how they hunt in any sort of typical fashion.
No, we should be very, very dead.
They should be
not
attacking
very,
you
very
and, like-
restrained.
Yeah, and like dragging you off. Also, try and make that notice roll again.
The fire should have worked too.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's no penalty to failure, as like
Here I go. Hey!
Oh,
Yeah.
With that, that is actually the wolf is more is over your eyeballs, so you're actually
Anyway,
only seeing
hey,
movies.
you can also see, as everyone else has seen or communicated so far, that
Except for Stone.
there is some sort of translucent teal aura emanating from their eyes.
Can we
Um,
break free?
You're going to get the opportunity. Like, you're going to continue to get that opportunity, and they're going to continue to have a team bonus on you. So
Use the
it'll be
strength.
rough.
Lads, I'm
what
not
It'll be
sure,
rough.
but I don't think these be normal
It
wolves.
won't be rough, you fuckers.
Look, you know, you're not allowed to make those jokes, Wreckage,
I just did.
because
Stop me.
because
Stop me.
because
Stop me.
Elliot Knight is a thing. All right, you can't make those jokes.
Well, I just did. It happened. I did it. You can't undo the past. You got to live in the future.
It's true. We do have to live in the future.
As you were saying, Eric, son of Eric, in character.
Lads, I'm not sure, but I don't think these be normal wolves.
What gave it away?
I hear about right there.
The hunting pattern they're using, it's not normal. Also, their eyes seem to be glowing. Why did no one mention the glowing eyes?
We did. You were sleeping.
Unconscious, lad. It's different.
They're chewing me limbs.
Oh, what
You
limbs
only
you have
got
left?
2. You're fine.
They're chewing me wood limbs.
They're wolves. What do you want, Bubbles?
This not to be happening?
Then we probably should have been better at fighting them off. Do we have a plan, lads?
My plan is to be chewed on by wolves. I'm in desperate need of someone else doing something if this is going to go any
right.
way other than the way that it's going.
So now we draw new hands, yeah, or something?
Something like that. Let's do it. I will deal you out a new set.
Technically speaking, James and Bjorn did not. Oh no, they got their turn.
Where did you put those cards, Dave?
I deleted them.
Don't do that.
Bjorn and James should have still gotten their turn.
Now we can never have a full 52 card deck ever again.
Really?
Yeah, you shouldn't have done that.
Okay. I'll just return back time.
If I could turn back
All
time.
All right, we'll just deal one more to
I'd
everybody.
give it all to-
Do I get an action
Bjorn
on a free
and
of
James
clubs?
still get their turns,
Yeah.
package?
Ah, right. No, people's turns after the bad guys, which is 2 and 3. You're absolutely correct.
Seven
Thank you.
Sucks, man.
That Dave was the one who confused me by being like, "Do we get new cards now?" Anyway, 3 first.
All right, I'm going to attempt to break free with my strength.
All right. They also get to choose which stat they use, so they will be using agility.
Got an 8.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. I'll have you know I only have 3 on me, right? Because I killed one.
How does ties work?
I assume defender would win,
Which is the person?
trying to break free, I guess.
No, because you're
No?
you're attacking their grapple, right? So
Well, no, because it's the defender may attempt to break free. It states.
I suppose. Granted, they get that many more rolls.
I mean,
Okay.
sometimes.
Well, I'm going to spend a Benny then. Can I spend a
Fair.
Benny?
You sure can.
Come on. Fuck this.
I mean, do they get the
Alright.
+4 still, though? I don't
There's
think
4
they
of
would.
them grappling him.
Yeah, but it's not like they're They're not getting the gang up thing, right? I mean, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, my assumption would be that 4 people holding down, or 4 entities holding down
I
someone,
see.
would get some kind of benefit. And the
Stone.
rules for a benefit for groups are the gang up rules. So those are the only ones I have to base it off of. There aren't additional rules for multiple people grappling.
And they're getting +3, yeah?
They get up to +4 because there are 4 of them.
It'd be 4 to you, 3 to me.
No,
I
because
killed
it's
one.
each. Oh, hang on. Yeah, no, they're only getting +3.
Fine. All right.
Sorry. Well, just -1 from the rolls.
Which would mean that if we're calling James the defender, he has won his breakout.
All right. You break out.
Sweet.
get raised.
Now you're surrounded by 4 wolves.
Yeah, now I have no ways,
Now they
though.
attempt the exact same thing again.
But seeing as Stone broke out, it's my turn, right? So
Yep. Before the wolves have a turn, you have a turn.
I would try to get.
Are you using strength or agility?
Here. I mean, they're both the same, but I'm gonna go with strength.
Okay.
Pow!
Oh my god.
Holy!
I just stand up and throw all the wolves in different.
Well, I
directions.
mean, I'm going to roll as a formality.
Nani?
Watch him beat me. I would be like.
Last one.
Oh,
Nope.
yeah. If you do get so many hold, you get to have your action as well.
Yeah, if you get.
And
yeah,
Wreckage,
a
remember,
raise.
he only has
Yeah.
3 wolves on him, so they would only get +2.
Ah, but he failed with a botch, so I gave them +3 again.
Oh, because, yeah, all right.
But that'll pass now because he's just completely broken free.
Go for it. Save it. Save us.
And you said I get, because I did so well, I still get an action.
If successful, the defender is free, but the attempt consumes his action. If he does so with a raise, he's free and may act normally.
So yeah. I will stab one of them, I guess, or attempt to, if that's cool with you.
And his post roll is made. If successful, the defender is free. So I'm just sort of reading the things. Breaking free, the attender may attempt a different action, but added a -4. Okay. After grappling, the attacker may attempt to damage the victim on subsequent rounds by making a opposed roll. Got it. Right, so you're attacking one of them.
Yep.
I presume one of them that had you in a grapple.
Yes. And
You do not make it.
I'm going to spend a Benny to roll this again.
Are you
Hell
sure?
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, if he
Okay.
kills one of
Fuck,
them,
dude.
Could someone move one of my bennies up because I've spent it? Thanks.
I'll just end it there. That's
I
anticlimactic
stabbed
shit.
myself in the stomach, GM.
Mike, can I get a new character, please?
Yes.
All right, now new cards for everyone.
Yeah, I think you need
That's
to.
a bit more like it.
All right, I got a 6, which is higher than a 5, which is what I believe my edge does. Whenever you dealt a 5 or lower in combat, you may discard until you draw higher than a 5. Okay, cool. Well, I'm a 6, so
Well, I got an ace, so.
Everybody goes before the...
The wolves that are trying to drag people into the woods. That makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah, sure. It does.
as it turns out, being suffocated by 4 giant dogs is more than enough to make
Ace.
me go less than a queen.
Ace. Ace will.
So that means he acts and acts again. That's fine. As long as that's how the system's supposed to work.
It is,
Yep.
yeah.
All right, then. Go ahead.
Attempt to stab for the 3rd time in a row.
Sure.
This fucking
Yep. Go
very
ahead.
dodgy
Do it.
wolf.
Because
Mhm.
that's basically how, if you
Fucking
roll every
shit,
turn,
dude.
that's what
All right.
happens, man.
Good job.
You tried.
Queen.
That's
Stone.
the important part.
I'm gonna punch a wolf as hard
are
as
free.
I can.
Yep. Okay. That's very, very hard.
Maybe.
As it turns out, heads will be flying.
Heads will roll. Uh-oh.
Hey, there we go. There we go. Punch a motherfucker.
That's a hit. What is your damage with your fists?
Mm. Including my
Damn.
brass knuckles.
Damn.
Sure.
23 damage.
I'm sorry. What?
He just rolled a 1d4.
No, the 1d4 on the damage doesn't explode.
Okay, his strength exploded to 5, so he rolled 15 on that.
And
And
then the 1d4 also has an exclamation point on that macro.
yeah, it is supposed to explode because it's
It is supposed to explode, yeah.
Everything explodes?
Mhm,
Oh.
So,
All right. 23. That's the
Flying
dead dog.
mist of blood.
I think because he was wearing like what was it?
The fuck, dude?
I mean, you punch this wolf so hard that there is an anime air shockwave.
Right.
And also the skull of the wolf, which remains intact, is sent at extremely high velocity
hits
along...
a tree. Hits a
lo-
tree, yeah. It just
a lo-
snaps around a tree.
No, along... No, the skull goes in through the
I won't
wolf,
punch it. I won't punch it.
along the spine, like shot down through the tail like a cannon. The rest of the wolf is still standing there completely intact, with a big circle.
Oh, and
And then the
Stone's-
skull continues to go like a cannonball into the night.
Stone is singing to himself, saying, "I want to break free."
And all the
I want
snow
to
from the
break
trees
free.
around you just fall.
Yeah, it looks like
Yes, of
summer
course.
in the direction where you punch.
Yeah, no. There's a line in the sky. No, I'm kidding.
The clouds split, and somewhere it pans into a shot like
There's Moses standing on the edge, being like, part the waves for me, God, and then like the shockwave from your punch like parts the ocean.
And hits Moses right in the face.
Eric, son of Eric.
All right. Well, I'm going to try to wiggle away from these dogs, I suppose.
You know what it is? The dog
Which
with the
stat?
cigar in his mouth the cigar drops out of his mouth. He's like,
I will use strength.
All right.
Nope.
No good.
Ricardo Mendez.
Yes,
Okay, so I can use agility.
you can.
And my agility gives me a +2 because I'm cool AF.
Yeah. I could maybe argue that it
Are you
doesn't, but
fucking kidding me? I'm gonna re-roll that shit, my man.
okay.
Fuck my life.
I mean, you can wait for him to roll all 4 dogs and then re-roll.
Yeah. I'm good with 21.
God, roll 20 is not. It's super broken right now.
Are you, dude, you're the one that rolled like 19, 17, 27 in the last one.
You
so-
rolled 21 and 23. I haven't broken 20. Let me just say.
With a non-player character wolf, it's probably okay that you haven't broken 20.
I'm okay with you
Yeah,
not
but
breaking
being
20.
a player character isn't supposed to mean that you roll 21.
Well, you
On a-
can
on-
do if you ace your dice.
So
yeah.
I spin, right? I spin like a crocodile,
and you
doing
can
the death wriggle, and I get free, but I also attack at the same time when I do my spin.
Sure.
Get shit on. I'm going to spend a Benny.
Okay.
Look, man, I don't want to be attacked by no more wolves, all right?
We're just desperately trying
Yeah.
to move the plot along by
am.
dragging us to the plot.
And we're like, no, stop it.
We're like, no,
We're like
You're burning
hanging,
all
we're like
your
hanging on to
pennies.
like to the things. They're like,
Dragging
now give
our
me this.
feet.
All right. That's a hit. Do your damage.
Yay, it's about time. Hey, hey.
God damn, dude.
Head goes a flying when I do my crocodile spin. Is what that is. Swing.
And that is. Yep, that kills a mook. So.
Yeah, one of the wolves, like while hanging on to like another person's like, I wish we had opposable thumbs.
Have you noticed that we're really good at like killing things?
No, you're not.
We're awful at it.
You're
awful at killing
patently
things.
not.
That's why we're in this situation.
Yeah, you are by every possible definition not good. At doing that.
Apparently, these mooks have just as much parry skill as a fucking player character, though. So, you know.
I mean,
Yeah.
they are alpha wolves.
like
They're all alpha wolves, yeah.
mooks don't have meaningless stats. They just don't have wild cards and they don't have any health, basically. So they're still have the stats of like say a wolf, which is an agility, not strength based creature, which means it doesn't have any toughness, but it's got parry. Like this is not complicated.
Righto. So I'm
This is
getting
like a
dragged-
Final Fantasy summon cutscene. Yes.
Uh, Right. What were you saying, Eric?
I said, so I'm getting dragged away.
Yeah, Eric's
I would wave, but I'm being held down by 4 wolves.
yeah.
Eric and
Sorry.
Bubbles both get dragged off.
Eugene, you can spend a Benny at any time to remove her shaken status.
But
I'm
it's not
not
shaken. He's
shaken.
fatigued.
okay,
He's fatigued.
right.
Um,
I'm really tired from almost dying from hypothermia.
so after Stone like punching a wolf so hard that it shot its skull out of its ass like a cannon,
Shut the
his wolves break off of him and they peel off onto Bjorn and Ricardo. So Bjorn, you're gonna get hit by 5 wolves here.
Bring it.
Trying
Bring
to
it.
re-grapple
I've got
you.
one Benny left. I'm ready.
I said Bjorn.
I know that's what Bjorn's saying.
Okay,
talking for people.
thank you.
I play all the characters now.
Got it. That's actually the change we're making next week. No one's showing up, and
Yep.
Dave is playing everything just by himself, like a crazy person.
Yeah, it's called
And the
Pirates of the
show will
Caribbean.
go up every week.
Yeah, weekly in the title.
Really?
Man, I'm glad I wasted all those good rolls.
You're
So
just like, I've
19 to
never hit
grapple you
20. It's like,
I still haven't.
you're a bee's dick away.
They got me.
Got him.
All
They
right,
got me.
that's a botch, right?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yay.
The wild dice
They
is
got me.
not what you count for the wild dice. So.
Got it. Nice botch. What is your punishment for a botch?
His head goes shooting out of his asshole. And Moses is like, "Prophecy again. We didn't have enough time." And then
No, I'm just gonna say that for 1 round you can't attempt to break the grapple on your botch. And meanwhile, Ricardo, you're getting attacked by 4 wolves.
bring it there.
8.
Them the
It's the big
numbers
one.
that I like. All right, so this is fighting.
Yep.
You only rolled 3 wreckage.
Oh, you're right.
Don't tell him that. Okay. How's a 4 do you?
It doesn't beat any of them.
All right. Well, apparently the secret to winning this game is make all your dudes like grapplers and just send them into a pile of PCs and see who wins.
I mean, you're making progress again. Like you were supposed to kill them before they built up to 20 and even attacked you.
Look,
I
I
thought
did
the
my
fight was
job.
over at
I
that point,
killed
but you've-
at least one. All right.
You killed the only wolf that died, which is fine. It's fair.
Bjorn killed a wolf later.
Maybe if you made
Much later.
maybe if you made the parry not 7, we would be okay.
The parry is 6.
See right there. That is an impossible number to beat. Considering most of us have fighting scores of a D8.
It's fighting.
You're
I
not
mean,
gonna like Kingdom Death much.
you also have like guns and shit, which you could have used at any time and then didn't.
Doesn't that require shooting?
It does require ranged, yeah. Let me just here. Let me
not
show you what that roll would look like. Just so everyone at home is just like, "Girl, you could have used shooting." It's like, "Yeah, let me roll
When
that
you
for
get
you."
Go ahead.
24,
Boom.
Dead dog. There you go. Dead dog.
What?
Uh,
And then I spend 3 turns reloading that shit.
I mean, I don't think you guys recall, but coming off of that last fight, you had
Yeah, on the unconscious
numerous
man.
pistolets.
On the unconscious.
No. Bjorn had all the guns. I didn't have any guns.
Right, but what I'm saying is, Bjorn had you're all in like hand someone a pistol range, so you didn't like you as a unit all have quite a large number of single shot pistols
True
that you chose not to use.
The damage. Let's take a look.
Anyway, you are re-grappled. Dead dog.
Dead dog.
So you are re-grappled, Ricardo and Bjorn. Stone, there are no wolves that have attempted to grapple you, but they are dragging your friends off into the night.
Well, I'll be.
There are
I'll be
more.
punching them.
There are some howls,
Oh.
to suggest that there are yet more wolves. But they have not made themselves clear. We will all get another set of cards apparently now. So
It is hard to understand wolf house. I will give you that much.
wolves get a queen.
Hey. Nice.
2 pair. We got it.
Who goes
Two-
first?
2 queen beats queen high, or 2 pair beats queen high. So I think we go first.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter because I'm grappled. I can't do anything.
I mean,
You still get a
So you can
card
show this.
though.
so
I know, but it doesn't matter.
Eric and Bubbles especially, they because they never broke their grapple and were just dragged the whole time. they have disappeared into the woods from Stone and Ricardo and Bjorn. You do not cease to have perception yourself, Eric, or Bubbles, who's with you. Nothing like that, but just that you have now.
We're a sizable distance away now.
Yeah, they have, and Bjorn and Ricardo also both move from you, Stone. You certainly will be able to move on your turn and keep up, but they're dragging them off into the woods. They're going to try and disappear. That's sort of the ultimate goal here, and that's what happens on their turn.
So just real quickly, just a rules clarification here, Mr. James, since you know this system. You're the walking GM after all. I have the quick perk, and it says that every time that I pull out a card that's less than 5, I get to re-pull a card out. Do the cards that are less than 5 that I pull out, do they go onto the discard pile or they go back in the deck?
They'll go on the discard pile.
Are you sure? Because that means that
I'm certain they go in the discard pile.
Because that means that theoretically speaking, I'm filtering the card decks for literally everyone that's playing the game. So if one person had this quirk, that means literally all the bad guy NPCs and the PCs have a higher chance of getting higher cards because of this perk existing.
It's a symmetrical effect, so it only affects you.
Well, not really. If I, for example, get in a row 4, 4,
right, but
4,
the only comparison we care about is the comparison between the good guys and the bad guy. And since the filtering also affects the bad guy, it's a symmetrical effect. It's a wash for everybody but you, who specifically filters for you.
I know, but
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It has the bad guys have a higher, a better pool of cards. Yeah.
It says here, whenever you're dealt a 5 or lower in combat, you may discard and draw again until you get a card higher than 5.
Yeah.
Right. What I am saying is that the sort of meta implication that he was drawing there is not quite.
It basically means that everyone gets a higher chance of getting better than 5 cards.
Well, the other thing is there's more chance of pulling a joke, which means the deck gets reshuffled and then we start again with a new deck.
Yeah, I guess so.
Right. So then, it's a tie between Stone and Eric, but Eric is grappled, so Stone goes first.
Actually, I go first because I'm spades, and spades is higher than diamonds, and spades go first.
Yeah, sure.
Well, la-dee-da. That's the same thing that I said.
Dick about it, Jay.
Yeah, fuck.
Guys, I need to remind you, walking
10
GM.
wolves spawn around Stone.
I'm gonna,
kidding.
I'm going to chase after
Not
one.
yet,
The 5 that are grappled. Who's got the 5 on them?
Bjorn has 5 on him.
Really?
Ricardo only. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, no, I killed one. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm going to go punch one.
You both killed one, but then all of the wolves that were on Stone fell off Stone to increase the numbers on Bjorn and Ricardo.
I'm going to punch one off of Bjorn.
Got it. Do it.
12.
Do it.
12 will hit.
Can you I don't know.
With a raise, right?
Yeah, with a raise, that's an extra d6 damage, isn't it?
It is.
So how do I do an extra d6 damage?
Just
roll
roll
a
your
D6.
damage thing and then add a d6. Roll another d6 later.
There
No,
should
there's
also
a
be
button.
a
There's a
checkbox
tick.
somewhere.
There is, I just saw it. 8 damage.
That dog is still alive, but it is limping.
Wait, are you sure that added the d6 to it? Oh, no, it did at the end there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It just rolled very badly.
So, but it breaks off its grapple, right? As a result of taking damage?
Let me see. I don't see anything about that.
I do remember there being a thing in there about it, Ben.
I see nothing about that in grappling. If it's in some other section, you may show it to me.
That's defensive action, isn't it?
Oh, right. No, I was thinking of hold. Yeah, it's hold that if you take damage, you lose your hold. Yeah.
Anyway. Eric.
Cool. I'm gonna try to use my strength to not be grappled by 4 wolves anymore.
Sure.
I got a 9.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty decent.
It's not enough.
Nope.
Wolves be better.
Wow, dude. I believed in you, Eric.
I believed in you too, and then you just made us seem like assholes. So
They rolled a 7 on a D8 with a +3. What do you want me to do? Just woken up from a cold-induced coma.
Dude,
and
you've been up for
dragged
like a
off
couple
by
minutes
wolves
now.
into the woods.
Look, that's like had your coffee. I don't talk to me before my coffee status, okay? Like I didn't
Eric,
think you were that guy.
you're being dragged through the snow.
You want me to make a vigor check?
No. God, that's some like classic D&D horror shit. Like, so first of all, I've grappled you with
My favorite classic.
too many enemies,
My-
now I'm dragging you through snow. So make a hypothermia check, and also you've got like a cut, so that's gonna get gangrenous.
No, do you remember
so
Dungeons and
you are-
Dragons?
We've done nothing to mitigate the cold other than what we already did, and I am being dragged through.
Well,
this.
I mean, look, you could. I would just be like,
That's
yeah,
not where
man.
I'm going with it.
You're like in combat right now. I think that you being affected by the cold doesn't affect you, right?
That's not how the world works.
Doesn't matter. It's how the GM of this game of me being like rule of cool, motherfucker. I don't want
I mean,
you
in
to.
fairness, I do have 4 wolves panting on me, so that's
Sure.
probably keeping me fairly warm.
And on top of that, you know.
Or wet, which would increase your hypothermia.
But you know,
It's not
my favorite D&D bullshittery is like, yo, it's snow, so you can only move 5 feet a turn. It doesn't matter how aggressive you are in combat or how acrobatic you are. Fuck you can only move 5 feet a turn. And it's like, yeah.
I don't think you've ever been
Is
in
very
snow.
problematic.
Yeah.
Hang
I
on,
don't-
he lives in a country that's constantly like.
Dude, it's like
You know, he
negative.
moved to Poland
It's
and
negative
has
17 right now. It's fucking
and it
cold.
doesn't
It's
get
snowing.
that much snowfall. It is cold.
I've also been to the very tippy top of the world and been up to
What does
my...
that mean?
I went to fucking... I went and saw the Aurora Borealis, right? I went up there. I went to the highest possible place a civilization city can be. I went there for a holiday. And I was up to my nipples in snow at some point. Being
And you
dragged
think
by
that
snow.
Did you get
just being very agile would allow you to move through that nipple-high snow?
What I'm saying is, take the reality out of my Dungeons and Dragons, please.
I'm not killing him with hypothermia.
I know,
I'm
I'm
describing
letting-
something totally different that you all jumped on me with the hypothermia.
No,
I didn't
I'm
jump.
also
I asked a
telling you.
question.
I'm
Eric,
telling
son of
you-
Eric, you're being dragged through the snow, and for the longest time, you're being dragged through the snow, and then all of a sudden, you feel the snow fall out beneath you because they have dragged you over a hole where they let go.
Oh,
Hey,
they're
I
giant
broke my
birding
grapple.
you right now.
You hit a smooth stone surface that is also lubricated by the loose snow that you dragged with you, and you slide down like a slide.
You also get hypothermia because you're going really fast. Look, man, Ren, can you give me an aerodynamic check, please?
All right,
Bubbles
are
has
there
dropped
any kind of
after you.
grips or any way to slow myself down?
You could try and fill.
Yeah, that's what the aerodynamic check's for. So
You could try and it's a slick sort of mossy stone surface, so it's got no grip. It's very slick, and but you could sort of try and do the like push against both sides
Did you
so
pack
much
your
that you stop
parachute?
falling.
I mean, do the sides feel like they're also stone, or do they feel like they're like dirt?
Can you
No.
stop touching me up, please? Thanks.
It is a stone hole.
Okay. Yeah,
You are sliding down stone hole.
Yeah, I'll try to do the reach out and slow myself by pushing.
you
me
try to
down.
reach out, but you
touch
can
me.
never
I'm
reach.
gonna stretch out stone so I can stop falling down.
Here's the thing: you try to reach
Sure.
out, but you can never reach the edges of stone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Listen, I'm not gonna touch the bottom, but I'm gonna touch the sides.
This is a climbing check.
I hate this game.
You filth.
I hate what it's
You
become.
filth.
Climbing, huh?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would be best.
You need to
described as
climb
climbing.
out of Stone's hole. So,
Okay, so right, climbing. let's do that.
I mean, there's also like potentially acrobatics and stuff.
Nice. You nailed it.
So I got a -1.
Sure.
So
You slide down the slide despite your best efforts. You find yourself deposited on a stone floor.
at the end of the stone shaft.
At the end of the stone shaft, you're on a stone floor. And the stone room that you find yourself in is segregated from a stone hall via metal bars.
So I am in jail.
You are literally in jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Is it illuminated down there?
Yes, there are torches on walls.
Is it warm?
Yes.
Not too bad.
Enough time down here and you'll recover from fatigue. Hey, Bubbles is right behind you.
But then you'll gain fatigue for being in a prison cell.
He also finds himself in the prison cell with you.
He's
Cell
also
spell.
missing his leg because the dogs ran off with it.
Yeah, dogs ran off with it.
Asshole.
Shit, I should have chucked his leg. That may have done it. That may have been the distraction I needed.
One of the wolves come back. One of them's wearing a leg as a unicorn horn.
Yeah, that's the thing about these wolves. They all look funny because they just collect things.
They
and
just
dress
collect
themselves up.
things from people they deposit into the stone prison. So.
Right. It is now between Bjorn and Ricardo, but Spades is higher than.
What's the
I don't
rules?
have a
What's the
turn,
rules?
remember?
If there's a tie,
It's just-
if there's a tie,
I know. I know.
But he was like, "Yeah, I know I'm going first, but you made me go first for the wrong reason."
Yeah. So Ricardo, you go first. Oh, I see. There's your agility to break free. Well, they're gonna try and.
I want to break free.
We got 20 on you now, so good luck.
20 wolves.
Yes.
You break free.
Get fucked.
All right, I did it with a raise, so I get to attack.
No, you did not.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, you didn't.
Oh, right.
'Cause it's a
Literally none of them are like. Well, actually, the last one was a raise, but it doesn't matter because.
No. I was thinking the raises only count for like the plus the getting over 4, but no, you're right. Yep, this is a versus check. So.
All right, Bjorn.
I can't do anything because I
Right,
lose this
I
turn.
prevented you. So you are now
Throwing the
near.
card away.
If the wolves act before you,
You're being
will
edged
also-
into the stone hole.
if the wolves act before you, you will be deposited into the hole. If you act first but fail
I
to
get a
break
chance
free,
yeah.
you will be deposited into the stone hole.
What if stone grapples me and, tug of wars me?
I would have to figure out how that would work in the rules, and we'd all have a very happy time, I'm sure.
Strength check.
I think most of you will be going before the wolves.
I want to run fast.
Still no Joker.
So Ricardo, you can obviously take a new card.
What?
No.
Aces?
Oh,
isn't
ace is
ace-
high.
Oh, okay.
Ace is
Sorry, I
aces
read.
high?
Yeah,
Well, that's what we did last time, so it better
That's what
fucking
we've
be.
been doing.
Yeah, it is. Ace is high.
All right.
It could
Ricardo,
be first or
you-
last. You pick.
You are free, and you are. It's your action.
I'm gonna shoot one of them dogs that's dragging off my friend Bjorn.
Okay, you're gonna shoot a dog off Bjorn.
Yeah.
You are going to shoot Bjorn.
There are rules for if you miss.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
called
other-
shooting into combat, right?
It may see other
Yeah.
targets line of fire. The GM should use this rule.
I trust
Each miss that
Ricardo.
comes up with a 1 on the shooting die indicates a random adjacent character was hit.
Okay,
The
so I
attack.
could shoot 2 wolves. Look, man, here's what it. I
They're all
will not
against
accept anything other than the fact that he has a blanket of wolves on him right now. There is
Shoot the glass.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So shooting, bam. How's that for you?
Exactly. Okay, so now a random target is hit.
Yeah, one of the many wolves on top of him.
Okay, if it. Wait, what are you rolling and what number
So
is me?
there are only 4 targets that aren't Bjorn, or there's only 4
No,
targets,
that's
including
5.
right. But you cannot accidentally hit the person you just missed.
Yeah.
So there are 4 people. That means a 1d4. Bjorn, I'm gonna let you choose which number you are on the 1d4.
All right,
I'm
roll.
a 4.
Yeah.
All right. All right, you hit one of the dogs.
Get
Roll
fucked,
damage.
dog. He dead.
I didn't pick one.
I mean, you have to roll the damage first.
Yo, he dead.
He dead.
He dead.
You kill a dog on Bjorn. Also, you can see from your advantageous position of standing up that,
Of not being in the snow, upside down, covered by dogs. You can
That-
see the following.
that the wolves that were that carried off Eric and Bubbles are on a return course. They're
Son
not
of
here
a-
yet.
Bitch.
Of course they are.
They got work to do, man. And they can just appear out of thin air. So
Yeah.
They're not appearing out of thin air.
As they're running back, it's just like I'm gonna get the Spanish one's pants.
All right, Bjorn. You now only have 4 wolves upon you, and it is your turn.
So that means they get a +3, right?
Yeah, they get a +3 to resist.
Alright.
Thank me later.
It's fighting, right?
What?
All right, fighting.
No. You choose strength or
Oh,
agility.
that's right, because I'm. Yep. I'm a strength work last time is very.
Okay, sure.
I'm
Do
gonna
it.
break someone's jaw here. There
Mm-hmm.
we go.
I'm sure you will.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna part the sea
Big 20.
with Moses.
You got a 7.
Can
Oh! Damn it!
Mm.
Can I spend a penny?
You can.
You can.
You can.
That's your last
All you
Benny.
have to do is beat a 10.
That's your Benny.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm using it. Whoop,
Alright.
Fuck.
All right. Bjorn, you found yourself deposited down a stone hole.
After I shot the wolf off of him, he still goes and gets put himself in the hole. Unbelievable.
Well-
tuck my arms and legs in and enjoy the ride.
Okay.
He collects enough momentum.
Eric and Bubbles, you are joined by Bjorn.
Wait, doesn't he get a check to see if he can climb out?
He can, but he chose not to. He said that he tucks his arms in and enjoys the ride. I'm not going to force him to attempt not to fall down the hole.
He's losing
Exactly.
down.
Exactly.
He gets enough speed that he caresses through the jail
Stone.
cell on the other side. No.
You and Ricardo are both currently ungrappled.
Back to back.
Your friends have disappeared.
9 wolves appear out of the
Well, you've managed to kill
several.
4 of 20. So between the 2 of you, you're going to have to deal with 16 wolves.
We got this. We got this,
Well,
man.
they can't all gang up on us because there's only so much space that they can get around us.
Exactly.
And if we put our backs to back, there's even less of them that can surround us.
Back to
And-
back.
And if we use a
Buddy
tree
cop
as well,
movie.
And here's a tree.
and if we use a tree,
Steve,
then
is
that's even
Stone
less
coming up
space.
with all this?
I am.
No, oh, okay.
Yeah. That's interesting. We could also potentially climb up a tree and be like, "Come out."
I already
you
thought of
wolves."
that.
Mhm,
But
we could climb up
I
a
never
tree.
got the chance.
But Stone, you're the one with the action. So what is it that you do?
I'll say to Ricardo, what do you want to do? Climb up a tree?
Actually, that is a brilliant idea. How did we not do that earlier?
Okay, I'm going to climb up a tree.
Make a climbing check, Stone.
Okay.
Do you have climbing?
Yes.
He does. Nice. That's over a 4. He wins.
That is over a 4. Stone gets into a tree.
Nice.
He gets thee into a tree. From the vantage point of the top of the tree, you can. I mean, there's some branches and stuff in the way. There's some snow, but you can see very clearly the sort of hole that your friends have been deposited.
Is it a
into.
wolf's mouth? Does it look like a
No.
wolf's mouth?
No,
Is it a stone mouth?
no, it's not decorative at all. It's just literally a hole.
Okay.
Wow,
Um,
that's pretty racist. I'm kidding.
Now it's the wolves' turn.
Oh shit.
Now Stone's up a tree.
Ricardo, you are going to be attempted to be grappled by 8 wolves.
19 wolves.
1, 2, 3,
Okay, it's
4,
over. It's
5,
over. It's over. It's
6,
over.
7.
Whoa, that's a lot of ones
eight.
right there.
Burrito wolf.
That's a lot of ones. I just have to beat a 21, guys. The other guys don't even fucking hit me because they fucking rolled a 1. So
I believe in you.
I mean, 3 of them walled runs, which is a lot.
it
but
is a lot out of 8. Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
just less than half.
You might as well only have been attacked by 5. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I am saying?
Yes, I understand what it is that you are trying to converse with me about.
Are you going to
21.
attack-
Oh man, fucking. Look, man, that's a pretty good roll if you count out your bullshit, right?
It's not bullshit.
You got a 6, a 6, and a 5 with a +4. Wait, yeah, fuck you, you piece of shit.
It's not bullshit. It's just 16 wolves.
I finally broke a 20, which you guys did more than once.
Yeah, but we're player characters. We're entitled to do that.
You're entitled. You're entitled, he says. A meteor soars out of the sky and plows. It's the size of a dime. It goes right through Ricardo's skull, right through the base of his brain. He's dead. There we go. We wrote him out of the show.
But here's the thing. I had like a pile of wolves on me, so it goes through all the wolves at the same time.
Slows it down. Yeah,
Yep.
anyway.
Leaving Samuel Stone free to climb trees for the rest of his life.
All right, you're grappled. If the wolves get to act before you break free, you will be deposited in the hole.
Can you stop saying that?
It's
not
facts.
Blockbuster.
Massive
There's not like a late night
Gaping
drop
stone
off.
hole.
Additionally, 8 wolves circle the tree that Stone is in, but they don't really know.
Wait,
You know,
they don't get to fucking roll on me and circle the tree at the same time.
there are 16 wolves.
Okay,
so
I take
8
it
roll
back.
on you,
Fine.
and 8 roll on Stone.
Look, one of them has like as his item, he has a grappling hook attached
Oh, he's
to his
got a-
back. Right?
No, one of them is dressed like Link, and he's got the hook shot, but he can't. He doesn't have.
Is it
thumbs.
Wolf Link? Because that thing is
There,
garbage.
there is an
They start
ironic
stacking on each other.
woodsman wolf.
they
right.
they make a pyramid
And wearing
scheme.
flannel.
Right. So let's draw the cards again.
What is this, season 3 of Rainbow Six Siege? All of a sudden, everyone has to be unique. Dude, my perk is never gonna come into play. I swear to God. I got
I
Oh,
a
hope you don't
fucking
mind me
king.
moving my own card when this turns over into the dump or discard pile.
Man, look at that.
Wow.
Eric, son
Is
of
there a
Eric.
reason for us drawing cards?
Yeah, because I mean, you guys still have the capacity to act. Like,
Climb up that booty hole.
jail is not a magical field in which you cannot take actions. It is a cell with
Realm
bars.
of silence.
Yeah. So speaking of, Spades goes first, I guess. So Ricardo, break free.
Because I
wants to
want
break
to break
free.
free. God damn it. This is the dumbest thing that's ever happened to us. How about a 13?
13's pretty good. I don't think my wolves can do that, but we'll see.
Fuck off.
They
You rolled a
do-
21 on your stupid garbage.
No, well, don't even have to roll more than once.
You know what? Just to spite you, fuck you. I'm re-rolling that shit with my last Benny. Okay?
Go ahead.
Bitch.
Go ahead.
20! You motherfucker!
Fuck me. Okay, 7 more rolls.
He took your 15 and raised it.
2,
Yeah, right.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay,
Can you
you
smell
succeed.
what the Ricardo was cooking? The answer is no, you can't, because I beat the fuck out of all of them. Let's go.
Okay, so you succeeded with a raise, so now you get an action.
Run
up
up
the
a
fucking
tree. Run up a tree.
All right, give me a climb.
Okay, I can do that. I have the climb skill, gentlemen.
Here we go.
How's a fucking...
I mean, it's a 5. it
Seven.
succeeds.
Hey,
Well,
7.
you know, I'm saying that he's even his lowest result succeeds. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying he succeeds.
Hey, remember, here's the plot. Here's the players.
So,
You muted, Eric.
You're
son of
muted.
Eric.
You're
Eric,
muted.
you're muted.
Eric, son of Eric, you're muted. You're muted. You.
Oh, I was just yelling about how I was in the plot. I went down the plot hole and I'm in the plot jail.
Got it.
Speaking of, it's your turn. You're in jail.
The plot jail.
What would you like
Jail.
to do?
He gets the cup that's on the ground.
sturdy
He starts
is
banging
bars?
it against the bars.
How sturdy do those bars look there, Wreckage?
I mean, this is a decently put together jail, but it is quite old.
I'm gonna try to slam
Break free.
into the door.
He's
I
going to
guess.
try and break free. That's what he's going to do.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
gonna
that's
try
the
to
name
break
of the
free.
episode. We're gonna. It's yeah. That's
I gotta break free. So strength check.
Let me just make sure there isn't like there is a rule about breaking things. Let me go ahead and take a quick peek.
I want to break free.
I mean, if I could use spirit for something, but I have no idea how to use that stat for anything. So,
Well,
that's
when
why
you
you
start
increased it,
casting
right?
magic, I'll let you know.
Occasionally, a character may want to break something, such as a weapon, a lock, a door, or my heart. Use toughness values below for these kinds of objects.
What's the toughness value of your heart?
-2.
baby, don't hurt him. Don't hurt him anymore.
Use the toughness values below for these. Let's see.
Oh, God.
Sadly, there isn't just like jail cell. That would have been nice.
Hold up. You're in the plot. One might say that makes the plot thicken. That is fucking nasty, so. I love it.
All right.
Sometimes you slide down the stone shaft and you make the plot thick. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
So I need to know specifically how you're trying to break this.
Well, it's a door, correct?
Well, it's bars, right? But there is a door on it. Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna try to break it off its hinges by, I don't know,
Lifting it.
running at it and slamming into it.
Got it. I just wanted to know the
What's
specifics.
your strength?
D8.
Yeah, you're not going to. If it's got a toughness of 10, you're not going to break the door.
You know it can
It
explode,
says-
right?
No, because it says right here, the catch is that damage rolls against them don't count bonuses from raises on the attack roll nor aces, so you can't re-roll
Ah.
an ace.
In other words, like you can't walk up to a bank vault and be like, "GM, I keep rolling until eventually I get a series of explosions that causes me to break this bank vault open."
Fair.
Except he can't actually succeed because although this is a heavy door, probably in new condition, I'm counting it as a light door. Since it's in crappy condition.
However, if you break through it with your attempted ways, you will get tetanus.
Roll
that
vigor.
said, you have to wait. No, because you've got a minus from fatigue still, so you can't succeed. Never mind, you can't succeed. You
Okay.
try.
So it okay.
You're too tired. You do it. I mean, you go through the motions. You feel like, hey, it's nice and cozy in here. There's like a pile of hay and a blanket.
That was my action, regardless of mechanically whether I can succeed. Not like I would know that. I'm still going to slam my
Right.
my
Yeah, that's why I described that still happening. Bjorn.
I walk up to the door.
Sure.
Is it unlocked?
Yes. You just had to pull on it. Wait, do you actually pull on it? Because if you don't pull on it, it doesn't open.
He's testing to see if it's unlocked. I guess.
You got me. That's all you needed to do.
No, it's not, but I did roll for it.
You wrote for it.
All right. Can I attempt to break it down as well?
You may attempt.
Is
Hey
there
Barry,
any-
did
is
you
there-
lock the prison
is there-
before we put them
I
in
don't know,
there?
Is there any way I could get any kind of bonus to, I don't know, knowing how these things are created? And, like, I'm sure I've
'Cause you
helped
are a-
forge some, bars and doors.
With the proper amount of leverage.
I mean,
Um,
I was going to do that,
could
and then I was
we
like,
both
no.
be slamming into the door and gaining bonuses that way?
Oh, yeah, you get a +2 because you're gang banging the door, right?
Yeah, gangbang that door.
Gang bang that door.
Down in the plot hole.
Yes, that would give you a +1 if you're both just
like running into it. If you're going to try and do it through your intelligence and try and dismantle the door, then that would be different than breaking it.
You need a screwdriver. There's
But
one
you could
in the room, but
you could
it's
certainly
slightly out of reach.
you also have the skill set to make that attempt.
So what? I would have to make a repair roll.
Yeah.
And then what would I need to succeed on a repair roll?
A 4.
I would say you would need to get a 10.
And those can explode, right?
No.
Oh, I can't. Okay.
Because if you're lock picking, that's one thing that would be able to explode, but you're still trying to destroy it. In this scenario, you're trying to break it. I'm just
Dismantle it, I
using
guess.
it with a different stat.
All right. Then
If
I would
only
just
Ricardo was here.
use,
Good luck.
strength.
If only he didn't climb a tree.
only
instead of
Stone was
avoiding
here.
the plot.
I
So
still would
roll
struggle
strength
to
with a
break
+1.
it.
You said.
Now, I disagree that the plot is necessarily down here. There is a plot down here, and there is a plot up here, up there, and they are both.
You know where the plot isn't? In a tree.
Right now,
by
there,
wolves.
right now, there is plot happening in tree.
It's thickening everywhere, man.
You don't get the +1 because you're not doing this. Okay, so if you're doing repair, you don't get the +1. If you're just trying to bash it, you get the +1.
That's what I'm doing, bashing it.
Okay,
Because if I can't explode, there's no reason not to.
then just make a strength check.
Oh!
That is sufficient. The door pops. The really actually what happens is that like Eric slams into it,
Listen it up for me.
and then when you slam into it afterwards, the hinges just shatter. There's like pieces of them go everywhere, and it falls into the hallway with a clang.
Well done, lad. I loosened it up for you, though.
That you did.
Oh, I'm getting too old for this shit.
Come on, Bubbles. Let's get out of here.
I'm missing a leg, boys. If you remember, that wolf was wearing it as a hat.
I mean, he's hopping along.
I offer Bubbles a shoulder to help.
Yeah,
him
of
follow
course.
along.
All right, the three behold
He takes your shoulder and puts it onto his stump leg and now walks around.
the three ensnared characters head off into the black and dark.
We'll take a torch
I was gonna
from
say,
the
we'll-
wall.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to paint a dramatic picture. Like,
Not just gonna walk into
obviously,
the
you
dark.
grab the torch. I'm not.
This
You're-
is a wolf themed
Sorry,
dungeon.
I'm just gonna be quiet. I'm gonna mute myself and let you.
No, it's the moment's
Speak
passed.
words.
It's the wolf's turn now. They're circling the base of the tree of stone, and Ricardo. They really
There's a tree
aren't.
of stone.
They aren't fucking. They aren't equipped.
I'm glad they're not fucking. That would definitely be a trick, wouldn't it?
We will make more wolves so we can climb up there.
A meteor whizzes out of the sky and shatters the base of the tree, and you
Could there
fall
be
to the ground.
Perhaps a pyramid of wolves.
No, they're not going to make a pyramid of wolves.
They've all got pom poms.
Look, they're wolves, okay? You climbed a tree.
Motherfucker, you described them as having eye patches and shit.
That was for comedy's sake. They're magically ensorcelled and shit. That's happening. That's true.
They're making
But-
letters.
They can't. They're not going to make a pyramid.
They're down there like sharpening knives and shit.
I mean, that is basically what they're going to do. They're going to hold action.
They're
and
lighting
if
fires underneath the tree. They're just like,
Burn them hobbits out.
They circle the base of both trees.
damn it, they got us.
They circle the base of both trees. Like sharks would circle a boat, say, like some sort of land shark circling a
Kind of water wolf.
The dreaded water.
You know what they say about sharks? They're the wolves of the waves. Hunting in packs and baying at the moon.
They don't hunt in packs.
I know, Dave. That's the joke.
Of the things to pick at that sentence.
Yeah, one of the sharks has a wolf. One of the wolves has a shark fin on its back. Yeah, absolutely.
And then the turn passes to Stone since they're holding action.
All right,
What do
Stone.
we do now?
Well, friend, I know what I will be doing. I'm not sure what it is that you can do from where you are. It is a terrible situation. Perhaps you can throw sticks at them.
Okay, I
Body
start
slam.
breaking off twigs and throwing them.
No big logs and just like. Come on, you're
I'll
capable
pick up
of
the
that.
tree and hit them with the tree.
Nice.
Pick up the tree that I am sitting in and beat them to death with
I
it.
pick up the
What
tree
kind
I'm
of
sitting in
strength-
and I throw it with me in it, Rick.
What are you actually doing for your action,
I
Stone?
don't know how far. Can I reach down and hit them from above and then make some?
If you could reach them, then they could reasonably reach you. You know, wolves can leap a little bit, so if they were within arm's reach, then you'd probably be.
I mean, you still got a
attacked.
gun. You can shoot one of them, right?
I don't have a gun at all. No.
I thought you had some number of the guns that were
No,
looted at the end of the last
No,
thing.
because I gave them all away because I'm shit with guns, which is why I don't. carry
Right, which is
guns.
why Bjorn has all of them.
That he didn't use any of.
The plot hole with Bjorn.
Right then, so
If
you have to.
dive down the hole.
They're just to make me look cool, man.
That's where they're taking us. We might as well stick together. You know, for the charm.
thick and thin.
I mean, none of us bothered to yell up that we were okay or say.
If it was just
I have
a-
no idea
like a-
what is at the bottom of that hole.
just like a meat grinder.
Yeah, it's just
like one
like-
of those. One of those grinders that like eats cars, right? Like the ones with the really thick teeth, just like.
It's like, I don't make a living of falling into holes, my friend.
Yeah, that might be a bit weird.
Let's
Usually
just
you are the
follow him.
Let's just jump into the abyss. What could go wrong? I reckon
Now-
I shoot magic missile into the darkness.
The Planescape game that I'm doing is not going to be this, but someday I do want to do like a classic D&D, like your friend falls down the hole, like, and it is a meat grinder at the end, but I don't say anything, and the other character's not allowed to say anything, and then everyone just follows, and it's like, oh yeah, roll up new characters, next stupid
Wow.
death trap.
It'd be called Death Trap because literally everything.
Yeah,
is
it would just be
really-
about stupid death traps.
Yeah,
like-
you should play what's it called? The stupid game that Eric made us play, which is literally that. Oh, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Eric Vulgaris made you play a game like that? That's
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, you guys don't have enough food, so you starve to death in the dungeon. I'm like,
Was that the thing based off of? Oh god, what's it called? Torchbearer.
yeah, it's Torchbearer. Yeah, Torchbearer.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Torchbearer's
Torchbearer's
real
like that.
fuck- It's like It's like fucking the Dark Souls of Dungeons and Dragons games.
Dark Souls is the Dark Souls of Dungeons and Dragons games.
The game 100% wants you to fucking not be safe.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we can talk about Torchbearer some other time. Right now, I'm very interested in what Stone is going to do with his
Oh,
action.
I don't know. I can't. I mean, I can't take on 16 of the fuckers. So I might wait for Ricardo to thin the herd a bit and then go in.
Okay, that's a reasonable one. That's a reasonable line. Are you gonna, since you're gonna do nothing, do you want to hold your action for a particular circumstance?
Of course. Yeah, I'm gonna hold my action, even though it's gonna take fucking forever for like Ricardo to shoot like every 3 rounds to fucking shoot a pistol.
I
I
could
don't know how many
totally
bullets it's
do
got.
that. I do have a gun. I just slowly thin the herd.
Well, okay, you have a gun. Do you have additional shot and additional powder?
I don't think I do.
This
I
is
mean,
great.
we
Perhaps
never
should
ma-
just fucking
Yeah.
Look,
jump
all I'm
down the hole.
No
saying,
problem with non-cartridge guns.
look,
Yeah.
all I'm saying is I gave you 15 guns and you handed them all to Bjorn.
Look,
Go on,
like,
fucking use this.
Okay, I gave you the tools to deal with these situations. You gave everything to Bjorn.
look, man,
It's
he
because I
looked
got
really
D4
good,
shoes.
though. He looked
Look
awesome.
at guns everywhere. I look really cool.
He looked cool as fuck. To be fair, though, if I looked in the snow, is there any guns, like, lying there?
No, there isn't.
I mean, from beyond being dragged because he had so many
Well, he
guns.
has them all. They didn't disarm him at all. They
There's a
didn't do
wolf wearing the
disarmament.
brandelier of
Okay,
guns
okay,
now. It's like,
Okay,
They're
"Grr."
very
I'll tell you what
secure.
I'm gonna do. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do.
All right.
I'm gonna just jump. I'm gonna run and jump down that hole.
All right.
I'm gonna go choo choo.
Bye.
I mean,
Say choo-choo.
8 wolves will chase you because they aren't certain that you're going straight to the hole. But you'll be able to make it to that hole in your turn and go down it. And so 8 wolves will be at the hole and 8 will be at the base of the tree with Ricardo. Now, Dave,
Yes.
you have been effectively separated from the party, not at all in the way that I was intending, but do you want, like, we could just follow the party from here on, and that's how we get you out of the show. And
They're
that,
just stuck in trees.
well, no, it leaves Ricardo's fate to the imagination, and maybe Dave can do something with that later. Is that what you want to do, Dave? Or like this is up to you because you're still in control of Ricardo. Are you going to go follow them, or are you going to try and fight the wolves? Like,
All right. Here's what I'll say. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, I look at my friend and like and jump down a hole, and I'm just like, motherfucker, you what the hell? And then like all the wolves come back, and now they're just like slowly climbing up, and I'm just like, And then the last thing we see is just him fading into the darkness and then jumping from one tree to another, you know, like
Yeah, agility.
bouncing away
Alright.
as
The
he
gun in
goes.
his mouth and then it just fades to black.
Yeah, and
He's
I'm
got no
okay.
shot,
I'm
so, yeah,
okay
you can
with
put-
it.
yeah, sure. Okay, yeah, I understand.
I'm
Or
okay
maybe
with
Or
that.
for some reason, the wolves get a hold of you and actually just tear you apart this time.
So here's the thing. I believe that there is a certain level of competence that Ricardo Mendez has over his other party members, which would allow him, given the situation that he's in, to survive.
Now, if he wasn't being written off the show, he would actually have to roll for jumping from tree to tree.
Absolutely,
I
but-
assume eventually he would fail and fall, and the wolves would beset upon him.
Well,
And it
actually,
would-
Bring him back to the hole.
the first
but
thing,
because
the first
he
thing
is
I would
now-
do is
he is
actually,
now basically a non-player character, so he gets to just go and
Yeah.
do it, and it's fine.
it would be a mixture of stealth. Let's just roll that so everyone can see. Right, perfect. Got higher than a 4. That's good. And then I would, acrobats my way across. So that's pretty much how he would get out of that situation.
And how are you going to deal with no supplies and being in the middle of?
You know what?
Cool.
Dave's going to be the GM when those questions get answered, if they ever get answered. So I assume it'll be a story about how Ricardo's massive swinging dick allowed him to attract enough females from across the earth to
Keep him warm.
keep him warm and also feed on them like with their meat.
Werewolves? That's because of
Yeah.
Ricardo.
Exactly.
You know
Right.
I think Ricardo uses his stealth and acrobats back to camp where we murdered the wolf. He then climbs down and wears the wolves' skin. Since all the other wolves are unique, they think nothing of this Ricardo wolf. He uses that as cover to get back to the shore.
I do have
The wolf
disguise.
thing was supposed to be over like in the first hour, and then you were supposed to be like either having bait in the wolves.
Hey,
and
man,
and-
remember that time where you told us your intentions for this episode?
Yeah, no, fuck you.
no, look, I'm trying to share a moment with everyone here that
Right.
there was like I had.
And what's the main rule of the GM? What's the main rule about plots and GMs?
Never
I have
trust
never-
your
Plot
players
never
because they are
survives
idiots.
the player.
That's true, but I didn't expect Ricardo to just. I didn't expect Ricardo to run up a tree, and then get surrounded, and then that was how the party got split. I love it. It's great. Let's set up a little bit for next time, and then we can do some outros and get out of here since we're going to be changing things up. I don't want Dave to just sit there.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so Stone, you go down, you find yourself in a jail cell that already has the door broken off. It was combat. Combat's over now.
I'm gonna shout out, "It's fine down here. It's not a death trap."
You shout that out,
And then you hear this. Here's what you hear in reply.
exactly.
Fuck you.
You because it was a combat round. It's not like your friends have disappeared into the they're still there. You can see them. So Eric, son of Eric, Bjorn, and Bubbles, you see Stone. Has also followed you down the hole.
Stone, where's Ricardo?
In a tree.
You left him in a tree?
Well, I assumed he was going to follow.
Ricardo!
Lick my balls.
I think he's run away.
Well, lads, I don't think we're climbing back up the shaft there.
I don't know. Can I?
So let's
You
try
jump down there.
Do you want to try?
Yeah.
Right, make a climbing check.
Climbing attack.
Check. I mean, if you want to attack,
I attack the shaft.
that's is that something that you learned
Oh
from
my
Cosmos?
That's a load of wank.
I love the idea that you climb up there and there's just wolves being like, nah, bitch.
No, you were not able to climb up the hole.
No, I'm gonna spend a penny. Fuck it.
GM, get fucked, GM. We're doing what we want. Fuck you, GM.
Jesus.
Now 12 is actually sufficient. You would move your way up the shaft slowly, but you're doing it. You're mostly like
all your
using
friends are completely incompetent below you, though.
you're mostly using your great girth to sort of ensure that that you make progress up, but you don't make progress down because you sort of expand yourself as much as you can, and you just sort of fill the hole.
Stone, lad.
This is just fucking just sexual innuendos all over the fucking place.
Look, I am just describing what is happening.
So
You are the one.
What I get? Third leg. So I'm using my third leg allegedly.
No, I didn't say anything about third leg.
You're the one climbing the mossy hole upwards, okay, man? Like,
I'm climbing up my own hole. I'm climbing up Stone's hole. That's weird.
Stone's hole, unused for century, except for within the past 10 minutes.
Hey, Eric, Bjorn, can I get a notice check from both of you?
You both notice how uncomfortable it is in the room now.
You sure can get a notice check, buddy.
Yo.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so
My unskilled 8.
Eric, you remember that pale translucent teal that was glowing sort of out of the wolf's eyes?
I do remember that.
Like a beating heart.
Like a newborn baby.
Perhaps a telltale heart?
No, like a beating heart from some distant point. That same sort of translucent glow is pulsing through the hallways. As it pulses along the hallway, there are very faint, not terribly convoluted or intricate, but very faint runes, basically, along the hall and this cobble work. You can only see it as it pulses along. The pulse is very infrequent. But every once in a while, there is this wave of influence that moves along the stones. And even as it does, the torch blows a little. There's a very subtle energy to it as it goes along, and you see this. And anyone that you suggest take a closer look will also be able to see it. It's not like hidden. As long as they're looking for it, they'll be able to see it as well.
Well, lads, Stone, are there still wolves up there?
Well, when I get to the top, hopefully.
No, I mean,
It's going to take a while, but you will eventually get to the top.
Before you left, before you jumped down the hole, were there still wolves up there?
Yeah. Just so you know, I'm going back up because I've got the hindrance loyal, and I'm not leaving a man behind.
Oh.
Grab onto my bottom. I will drag you up.
Just for reference, it'll take about 3 turns, but you're out of combat for you to climb up the hole, so it'll take them a little bit. Eric, you will see this well before then.
have the capacity to communicate it well before then.
Yeah.
Not that I think it'll change his mind.
I mean, I'm going to ask him to throw a rope down.
I ain't got a fucking rope. Where am I gonna get a rope?
Do we have rope? Does
a tree
anybody
down the
have
hall.
rope as their supplies?
I don't think you have rope,
Unfortunate.
given the sort of the way that the series of events of the previous encounter worked. I think you certainly had an opportunity to have rope and didn't end up with any.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I'm gonna try to climb up after him.
Make a climb check.
Boy, howdy. I'm gonna use my last penny.
And,
Well, I didn't do it. Okay. Well,
Got it.
so I also have the hindrance loyal, so I had to.
I mean, you can interpret it differently than him, though.
Yes, but I had to at least.
So
make
can your
the attempt.
character.
He's going up there and not being talked out of it, and
Right.
Ricardo is still up there. So Eric would make the attempt to try to.
But what
climb.
about your loyalty to Bubbles? What about your loyalty to Bjorn?
They're safe down in the hole at the moment.
Do you know that they're safe down in the hole without you?
You know what's not down in the hole right now? Not 16 wolves.
And
But
Ricardo.
I try to climb and then fall on my ass. So
Sure.
Stone lad, I can't go with you. That's a very slippery hole. I'm not quite sure how you're climbing it so well.
His girth, man.
Do when you get up there, be safe. Try to throw down something. Try to save Ricardo.
You're muted, James. He starts throwing.
He's just gonna start throwing down wolves and.
I think
rocks.
that's the joke he's telling, but he's muted.
Yeah.
So I was blowing my nose. Yeah, I'm gonna throw wolves down.
Yeah. Good.
Okay,
Good call.
great. That'll help.
All right, Bjorn.
They're
Bjorn,
gonna be
Bubbles,
confused.
we can't
Like,
get up that way,
shit,
so
we
we're going
can't
to have to
drag
try to go
someone
out
to
a
the
different way. I should point out, it seems like we've got some more crazy magic voodoo nonsense happening in the hallway. If you look, there's some runes or something pulsing. Bubbles, any insight from your time at sea? Wreckage,
not at
do the
sea.
Bubbles voice.
Arr, by me mother's beard! I've never seen anything quite like this. Fuck me right up the arsehole. Before you lot, I had never seen a hide nor hair of real magic. Now I'm running into it every 2 minutes. And me arm's gone! And me leg is gone!
Wait, he had a
It's
fake arm?
gone!
He had a fake arm? No way. I didn't notice that.
He lost his arm in the last battle. Anyway, he starts crying.
Yeah.
Me good arm.
He's just crying so
Me wanking arm.
I put a hand on his back. Don't worry, Bubbles. We get out of this yet. I'm sure they make a fine assortment of wooden pegs. Bjorn?
Yes.
I indicate the old crying one-armed, one-legged pirate.
What do you want me to do about it?
I don't know. Something?
Can you knock him out?
Meanwhile, Stone, you make it back to the top.
I poke my head out.
The wolves are all gone, and so is Ricardo.
I mean, to be fair, you saw him in a tree, so, you know.
Well, I'm gonna look at the tree where you were. That's the plan.
He's gone.
Is there
There's-
is there footprints in the snow? I'll climb out. I'll pull myself out.
Well, as Dave, could you do the wind sound again?
Fuck you.
As Dave so expertly pointed out with his imitation of wind, the wind blows the fresh fallen snow, and the footprints, even the drag prints from mere minutes ago, are already disappearing into the shifting dunes.
Okay. All right. I'm
He
gonna
is
look
gone
around for
like
things
a-
to throw down.
A ghost in. Okay. There's some rocks.
Throw them down.
Oh no! Here comes
Bjorn, rocks start
Samuel
falling,
Stone's rock.
like shooting down through
Get out of the way.
Yeah.
Move, bitch.
They're just sort of falling, rolling a little bit, then coming down at the base.
Stone, stop.
Clank, clank, clunk, 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 clunk.
Is Ricardo
Clunk.
up there?
Clunk, clunk, clunk,
Can I
clunk.
hear him?
Yeah.
No, and the wolves have gone. Wolves have gone.
I'm gonna keep throwing rocks down though.
Wolves have
Then
Clank,
come
clunk.
back.
But
Clunk.
you said throw things down. You didn't
I
specify.
know. I know what I said, Stone. You did very good. Please come back now.
Baby, come back. It'd been a long, long time.
Oh, go back down then.
All right. You're now at the base, and also the ride sucks a little bit more because when you land in a big pile of rocks.
Don't put that many rocks down.
I don't know what I expected.
Now you guys are in this place, and there's a pulsing pulse with magic runes.
Just can't
Cool.
live
I would grab a
Go
torch
down
and
the
just
hallway with the
continue.
Pulsy Pulse magic runes.
Very well. There is, in fact, an L intersection right where your jail is.
Also
So you can go to your right or to your front.
Right. The rules of mazes is you always go to the left. Right?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not the only person who says that. Thank you. Now, the actual rule is you put your hand on the left
I go
wall
right.
and you follow it.
It's the right wall, but that doesn't matter, actually, as long as you pick one and stick to it.
Yeah.
And
remember,
also, it
so
only
it's-
works if it's the type of maze that has no islands in it.
I
If it
love
has
the
an island in
idea.
it,
I love
you
the
get
idea
fucked.
that you just fucking like corrected myself, but then you said it doesn't matter, and it was like, yep, your GM record.
Look, what I mean is the common wisdom, the saying, is to follow the right wall. Now, it doesn't matter as long as you stick to one of the walls, but also it doesn't matter because any good maze maker will make their maze with islands, in which case that rule ceases to apply.
Yeah, but I don't believe it.
Anyway,
So Bjorn went right. So I'm gonna follow him.
right, if you go right,
What's
You and-
right again?
I'm going to go ahead and set up a potential way for the new character to come in next week. Because,
I don't think he'll come in next week, but yeah.
well, I mean, I'm going to leave it to that possibility. Because regardless of whether or not a new character or new player comes next week, as this dungeon is designed, if they go right, they encounter a string of jail cells. Hey, what do you know? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? And we're coming to the end anyway. So why don't we do outros and get a little bit of an early night in. Ricardo has been successfully detached from the game, and therefore Dave can be the GM going forward.
Yeah,
You'll
we are
probably-
going to be swapping back to 7Cs. That's 100% confirmed. I'm probably going to give you guys a story worth of experience, like maybe a 3-dot story in 7Cs, and we'll take a look at like any particular unique upgrades that you took in this one, and we'll bring them over as best we can, right? So you know,
I mean, we should still have our characters from.
we do, yeah, we do. So I'm gonna need Records to give me GM on that one as well, on that roll 20.
Yep,
Yeah.
sure.
But yeah, guys, next week is going to be real different. It's probably going to just be the 4 of us for a little bit of time until AP is ready to come in. Oh, it's AP Gaming that's going to come in, by the way, guys, as well. I don't know if we said that. I said it now. So,
When I first was talking about it, I was very careful not to say who it was.
I know,
and then
I know,
you
I know,
said
I know.
not determined, and then now you've
I've accidentally said it. Yes. And
you've accidentally, completely, deliberately.
yeah. And if he doesn't show up, then that's on me. But you know, whatever. So yeah, next week we're going back to 7Cs. I think I have a handle on it better than Wreckage does because it is a very different type of
Almost
playing
certainly.
system.
We'll find out.
So we'll see how we go, but yeah.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. Okay, sorry, no offense. but
Yeah, I mean, Savage World is like it plays like a pretty average system, right? You do a check for a thing that you want to do. It's very different from the way the Seven Seas sort of goes about. When I say average, I mean like, you know, GM want to do this thing, okay, roll this, right? Like that's the standard fare. But Seven Seas doesn't have that at all. So, you know, there's that. But yeah, let's do some shout outs. Eugene, talk about your face and butt.
Hi, I'm Eugene. My face looks like this. My butt looks like this, but with a line in the middle of it.
Damn.
Wow. Damn.
He has a very attractive butt then. You know what I'm saying?
Or a
Wow.
very ugly face. One or the other. So you can find me at twitch.tv/Eugene, though I think in the past month I have maybe streamed once on my own channel.
What are you doing? Why are you not streaming?
Honestly, because work has been trying to murder my face.
That's a good reason.
So
Face or your butt?
between that and social commitments that I've had and other responsibilities as an adult on this planet, I just haven't had the time. But last time I did do it, I was getting into Final Fantasy XII, the remaster, and was actually digging it quite a bit. I like that game a lot. It's a hidden gem for Final Fantasies, released right between the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 eras. So that's probably what I'll be playing once I go back to streaming. Anyway, I would like to go ahead and take a moment to say thank you, Dr. Wreckage, for GMing this game. I know that this game was quite tough in terms of our attendance and switching systems and this, that, and the other thing. But thank you for doing it. It's been a pleasure role-playing with you and being a puppet dancing to your designs. So,
No
thanks.
problem, my dude. You're
My
welcome.
dude.
Likewise.
Nice. Prylaw, let's give Wreckage
Yo.
a blowjob.
No,
No.
thank you, but no.
Nah.
A verbal blowjob. Come on, man.
I am Prylor. You can find me on Twitch as Prylor and on Twitter as Prylor_TV. I've been playing Smite and Paladins as of recent, and I believe Paladins today released their BR, I believe, to the actual game, so you don't have to play it on the test server. Yo, it's a lot of fun.
Is it? I'll be the judge
It's-
of that. I'll be.
It's a lot of fun.
I'm looking
I've
it up
had
right
way
now.
more fun in that game than I ever had in Fortnite.
What's the game called?
Paladins.
Paladins. Thank you.
It's the only class-based shooter battle royale, which is I still think it's in alpha, in a beta. So I mean, it's got some work to go, but it's still a lot of fun. And I will probably be playing some 7 Days to Die here.
Oh damn, dude. That is a game. We got to the point in that game where I wish there was more to do in like the super late game, right?
Yeah.
Like it does get to the point where it's like, okay, I've literally done everything now. Like, you know.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get a server and try to RP a little bit on that. So that should be fun.
Mm-hmm. I would suggest making it a little more difficult than what you would intend to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you not edit the settings later?
You can, yeah.
All right.
But be careful. There's one thing, like the wave. There is a wave. Like you got to be careful because at a certain point, the server will just be like, and like not put AI in the zombies, right? So it's not about like how many zombies. It's also it's weird. I'll let you know a bit more about it. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, but follow me, subscribe to me if you really love me, and yeah, that's it.
All right. Last but not least, from the player side of things, we have James Corporation. What up, sir? How you doing?
I'm all right, thank you.
What type
Good,
of nerfs
good.
do you make?
What?
What type of nerps do you make, man?
Oh, NERPs. I don't know. Good ones. That's all.
Fidget spinners.
I'd also like to thank the person who we never hardly ever see because his face is always like we just see the top of his head.
Howdy ho, neighbor.
Dr. Wreckage. Thanks for running. Maybe see you soon when you're better.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for me, come check me out if you're into RPGs that run more semi-European friendly times.
Yeah, James, you might have to like throw me a couple of your players because Wreckage needs a new some EU people to fill out his game.
Why don't we talk about that when we segue over to my outro?
Yeah, speaking about that. Oh, where can people find you though? You didn't say.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can find me on Twitch at James Corp. James Corp. Also on Twitter as James Corp TV, I believe is my Twitter handle. Because I had to take extra things because someone else had taken it who doesn't use their Twitter. So I'm a bit annoyed about that. But who hasn't used it ever? But
the same with actual handling as well, which is really.
But annoying. That's it really. I mean. Thanks everyone, and please check out like different types of games.
All right,
sort of
cool. Okay, Dr. Wreckage, the game master who ain't no longer no game master for this game. What up, sir?
So first, I want to say that if I am ever to be rewarded with a blowjob from
it's
players,
a verbal blowjob. A verbal blowjob.
If I'm ever to be rewarded with a blowjob from my players, certainly I hope it is not for backing out of a game, but rather for reaching like session 300 and pulling off the greatest climax ever. Like that's
the greatest climax ever. Yes.
Into
the mouths of the players.
Well, no, if I give them such a great climax, they owe me such a great climax. You
know reciprocation.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
Yes.
No.
We have now successfully segued me out of Dead Man's Crest. Now, we still have to segue me out of LA at night as well, but when both of those two things are done, we're going to take some time, and I am going to return to the GM stage with a D&D Planescape game set in Sigil, the classic setting, the classic game, the gentleman's RPG, really, you know.
We're doing a Planescape D&D game as well. How weird
well,
is that?
Then that's great. We'll compete. No, I'm kidding. There's plenty of room in the multiverse for dozens even of streams. That's going to be in a EU-ish time slot. We're looking at a time slot. We don't have any of the answers yet because it's still weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks from even launching. Even if we do it, I'm putting together the cast. I'm getting some people interested already, and also we're figuring out the rules. And there's going to be a lot of prep. But all I'm saying is that, you know, if for some stupid reason the best part about this whole show was me for you, then there will be more content on the horizon that involves me. But if the best thing was these wonderful players and pirates, which it almost certainly was, then you're not out of luck at all. They'll be back probably next week or maybe the week after that, depending on how their prep and switching systems and all that goes. And hopefully with me out of the picture, the show will go up more often, but maybe not. Good luck to everybody. Thank you so much for playing. You know, onward and upwards. Die party forever. Kiss your dad square on the lips.
Get drunk, find a gun. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this session. If you did, a like and a follow would be much appreciated. And if you're feeling real saucy, why not subscribe? Get access to the cockpit of the best emotes on Twitch. Okay, well, going forward, today we're going to be playing a Metal Gear Survive. So that'll be out, and we'll probably finish off Kingdom Come Deliverance sometime as well. But yeah. And then we have Surge later tonight. So, yeah. You guys are good for Surge, yeah? You three? General
I
Booty
think,
Buster?
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when he says later tonight, he does mean like 24 hours from now. For those of you
Yes.
following along.
Yes, I
24
do,
hours.
but it is 10 tonight for me. Yeah. But yeah. All right, cool. Well, come back for that. If you like Shadowrun, that is. And we'll see you. when we see
Technically,
you.
it's tomorrow for me because it will be Friday.
That's
morning
true.
as
It would
opposed
be
to
for me as well,
Thursday.
actually, thinking about it. Yeah. Anyways, have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye. Whoop.